Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Good to have you all. Welcome, everybody. Carol, hello, everyone. Oleg, hi, Didi, Carol, and everyone. L, hello, Didi, and Chad. Hi, Carol and Oleg. Oleg, hi, L. Miss Barney, hello, everyone. Oleg, hi, Miss Barney. Hey, Oleg. L, hello, Miss Barney. Miss Barney, L, good to see ya. Oleg, has anyone listened to Brian Enton's new pod with Maureen about Nancy? It's very good. Yes, it was very interesting. Barney, I should be there tomorrow in the morning, but might not be for the 5 p.m. show. I have a date. Miss Barney has a date. Sounds great, Miss Barney. Don't get caught doing the you know what. I just had to say that. Al, Oleg, yes, I saw it. Agree. Very informative and interesting. Al, Barney, that's awesome. I hope you have a great time without a doubt. Chris, if you're lurking, there is literally, I have given you the the code for the StreamYard. Barney, that's awesome. L, please hit the like, everybody. When you hit the like and subscribe, come on into the channel. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. And if you are, be a member. The mods will post all the individuals that we support, and not just the ones we support, but they'll put down on there. You need to really follow these people because they're really good at what they do. Welcome in, Chris. Welcome in. Miss Barney.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Going to hang out with a longtime friend that haven't seen in at least years. Well, I hope you have a great time, Miss Barney. L, there is Chris's channel. I did invites to the panel, DD. You got it. You make it happen. You make it happen. Doug, there is a link here. If you want to come aboard, you're more than welcome. Right here it is, my friend. Tushi, hi, DD, and Chad. Barney says 3 years. Wow. Yeah. You only live once, man. You got to make sure you see the people that you care about. No doubt about it. Hi, Tusi, says L. Hello, Doug. Tusi. April, Doug knows, laughing out loud. We've been together all day. Oh, okay. Barney going to the casino. Awesome. What better than to try to win some money? There you go, Doug. You are in. Money. Hello, Carol. I'm an angel. I know you are. Hi, Chris. Girl, hello. Girl. All right. Just make sure you guys hit the likes as you come in. Make sure you constantly hit the likes, everybody. There you go. All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Hello, DD and Chad. Welcome in, Carolina girl. So what do you think, Chris? You got anything you want to say a few words or anything? Or you, Doug, anything?
Good afternoon. I feel like we have never stopped since this morning. I'm already sick and tired of seeing your face, so I'm going to just go mute. Remember, I'm hand cooking dinner over here, so I'll be away for a couple minutes. So you guys can lead off.
No worries, no worries. I love you too, brother.
Where'd you go, Doug? About talking like that?
What happened, Doug? Where'd you go? All right, I'm going to post it again, Doug. Oh, there you are. Okay, there you go. Oh, Lord. You guys make me laugh. Funny.
Hi. Hey, guys. Can you hear me now? My internet's being a little wonky.
I hear you perfectly now, my friend.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good to see you,
So,
Chris. Good to see you, Dee Dee.
absolutely.
Let's go.
So it's just to let you know, Chris is going to be cooking dinner, so he's going to be in and out. So we'll carry the load at the beginning.
Okay.
All right. So here you go, everybody. Chris is here, but he's got to cook dinner. Got to eat. So here we go, everybody. So basically, we're going to continue that conversation we had about the information. About the information of Elizabeth Wadelll, Nolan Wells, anybody we covered, for the most part, anybody we covered. And we're going to continue that conversation because there's a few things that looking into some things that we found out or that I found out. And I did watch that Brian Etten with Maureen O'Donnell or O'Connell. So I did watch that. That's it. No excuse. We're all going to Chris's house to eat. We're all going there. The carload. All right, everybody. So let's get with it. So I want to start off with something with Nolan Wells. It's not much, but I want to start off with this because here's the thing. I heard something today with the conversation between Tatum and Officer Tatum and Chris Como. And I want to talk about this because I'm not sure that that's really being explained properly. So Chris Como is talking to, Chris Como is talking to Tatum, Officer Tatum. And they were talking about when Katie confirmed, I swear they're listening to our channel. They were talking about Katie confirming that he was not on the boat. So when I was telling you earlier that Katie never confirmed anything, like never confirmed that when he said that he went back with his friends and then Warren said, and Katie confirmed it. Hello, Melly. Welcome in. He didn't really confirm it, okay? And so let me break this down. And I need you guys to really get what I'm saying here. So she didn't confirm that Nolan was with her. All she said was, at the beginning, she said, Katie said that Nolan told her he was going back to the boat because he had to leave with his friends, and that she saw him get on the boat. Then later, the sister and the mom came out and said that Katie told them that Nolan said he had to leave and was walking towards the boat, and she just assumed he got on the boat. Okay, this is crucial here. And then when Officer Tatum asked Warren that question, Warren immediately said, and he followed up with it. He said, and Katie confirmed it, that Katie had confirmed what he had said, that when Officer Tatum asked Warren what happened at that moment, and he said that he went ahead and Nolan never got on the boat, and Nolan went to be with this girl, Katie. Okay. And then right away he said, and she confirmed it. And we were like, no, she didn't confirm it. So let me explain to you why this bothers me. Because all that she confirmed was that, and really she didn't really confirm. Well, she did, because she sent a few messages and they were able to read the messages saying that she said she did not see Nolan on the boat. Okay. Now think about this with me. She said she did not see Nolan on the boat. Okay. But what they make it seem like is that she was confirming that Nolan was with her. That's not the case. Because what Warren was saying was that he being Nolan, went and stayed on the island to be with this girl, Katie. Okay. That's not what she confirmed. All she said was in those messages that she didn't really see him on the boat. She thought he was going to get on the boat, but she didn't really see him on the boat. Okay. That's what she said. Okay. Now they're trying to spin it as in that when he said, oh yeah, she confirmed it. No, she didn't confirm that she was with Nolan. She never confirmed that. Not one time did she ever confirm that. Welcome in, Buttercups. Thank you for listening. Not one time did she ever confirm that Nolan was with her. But that's what they tried to, in my opinion, that's what he was trying to suggest, that, oh yeah, Katie confirmed it. He wasn't on the boat. Yeah, he wasn't on the boat, but she never said that Nolan was with her. So then the big question is asked, well, then where in the hell was Nolan, right? Where was Nolan at this time? Because one of them's somebody's not telling the truth. You follow me?
I follow you.
You know, he made it seem like when he said that, and Como asked him in that conversation today that I listened to, you know, he said, yeah, I said, and Katie confirmed it, and then you guys back?
Are you back?
I'm
You're
back.
Yeah,
everybody back?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm here.
Because it started doing this funky
Yeah.
little thing. So Chris asked him, and Chris made it sound like, oh yeah, she confirmed it. No, the only thing she confirmed was that she did not see him on the boat. She never confirmed that what Warren has suggested, that she went with Kate. She never confirmed that. So one of them is not telling the truth, but trying to spin it to make it seem like, and I can't believe Como would literally go ahead and try to or better lack of words, try to sugarcoat it as in she did. She went ahead and said that. She never said that. The only thing she said in the messages that she sent was that she did not see Nolan on the boat. She never said he was with me. So then the question is, where in the hell was Nolan?
On the beach. I have a picture to share with you.
Okay.
From earlier, just so you know, from earlier, what we showed you with the leg on the boat.
Okay.
I did some work on it, came up with something new, and I think I may have figured it out. I'm not sure.
Here we go, everybody.
So you can toss that up whenever you get a second.
Think of what I just said, everybody. Here we go.
So, well, I can't because it won't let me. Hold on 1 second. Now, there's the leg, the original leg. So what I did is I sharpened it, cleaned it up a little bit.
Right.
But if you follow it, it almost looks like foot, leg, hump, ass, body, head. You following it?
Yep.
Here's the leg. Maybe the person isn't laying down on the deck and they're sitting right here next to him. There's the head, shoulders, arms, buttocks, thigh, and then the rest of the leg.
Originally what I thought it was.
Yeah.
Because we talked about that.
Yeah, and I thought maybe they were laid out, but as I was able to clean this up a little bit more, it it definitely looks like a whole person sitting right there, and their leg is over, and whatever he's doing here, something to the leg, maybe there's an injury.
Oh, possibly, yeah.
I don't know, but and again, dark hair.
Yep.
Can't tell body. I mean, you can't tell dark, light. It looks dark, but so doesn't this one. Looks light, but so doesn't it look dark in here. So I don't know,
right,
body wise, but yeah. So that's what it definitely.
So
looks
maybe that isn't Nolan laying on the boat. That's a good. Actually, that's good that you cleaned that up. It looks good. It does, it does that's the first thing that came to my mind when I
Yeah.
saw it, was that was the leg going through his, the
Mhm.
body and the whole 9 yards. I just thought that person next to him was a girl, but it could be a guy too. I don't know. This person right next to him.
Yeah.
That so that, yeah. Thanks for cleaning that up. That's the other thing, though. Welcome in, Jim. Welcome in. The idea that she never said that she was with them. She never admitted to it.
Nope.
So think about that for a minute. She is saying that she didn't see him on the boat. That's exactly what the mom and sister said when they came out and gave their statement. They said that Katie had told them that she saw him. He said he had to go with his friends, and she saw him walking towards the boat, and she assumed he got on the boat.
Right.
But she never saw him. But they were spinning it as in, see, Katie admitted it. No, she just admitted that she didn't see him on the boat. She never said he was with her. And that's where we're at in that dilemma, because one of them is not telling the truth. Now, I'm not saying that, they're both telling the truth, and yet one of them is not telling the whole truth. Let's be realistic. Okay.
Yeah.
So the idea that could it have been that he was with Katie? Sure could have. It could have been that he was with Katie. And it could have been that something happened later that evening with him being with Katie and somebody. Because you got to remember, a lot of people knew each other, but some people didn't know everybody. Like, you know what I mean? It could have been a different group that he was going back to. He had no idea who they were, and something could have happened as well. What I am saying is that the fact that maybe he was with Katie, that's a possibility. You can't rule that out. But she has never changed her story that he was never with her. She's always said he did not go with her. All right. So the idea that Como would literally do a piss poor job in that interview and make it seem like, oh, yeah, she admitted it. No, she only admitted not to seeing him, not that he was with her. And that's what you get. That's those little things, those little details that make all the difference in the world. Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm just skipping a lot of these because they're just hellos. April, not telling the truth is a big red flag. Absolutely. As I'm watching this, and I'm watching this from Como interview with him today, just after we got done, I cannot believe that he didn't clarify to say, oh, well, she didn't admit that she saw him on the boat, but she really didn't say that he was with her, because she's never admitted to that. And I'm thinking it is possible. Is it possible that maybe there was some threatening going on, and that's why stories started to change? When you change stories a lot, sometimes things don't make sense, right? So it is possible. Maybe Katie's not telling the truth. Maybe these his friends are not telling the truth. Somebody sure as hell is not telling the truth, or they're both telling the truth, but not the whole truth. Because, yeah, he could have not been on that boat. He may have been on a different boat, but he definitely wasn't with her, according to her. And that is important, because now you can't just assume that, oh, yeah, well, then that means she admitted to that. No, she never did. She only admitted that she didn't see him on the boat. But the mom and the sister, they went ahead and literally said that Katie told him she did not see him on the boat, but she saw him walking towards the boat, and she thought he was getting on the boat. That was it. So I just want to make sure we cover that, because it's very important. Very, very important. Oleg, a leg with a black sock on. Yes. April, looks like a fight might have happened, in my opinion, and there was a struggle. Could have been. Chris had a good point when he said that picture looked kind of like maybe somebody was doing something to his leg. Like, I don't know. I'm assuming like putting a Band-Aid on, wrapping it or something. Could have been a struggle. Could have been. That could be several different things happening. Absolutely. Carolina girl, To me, it looks like 2 empty drink bottles laying there. Interesting. Could be. April, dark-haired one, has a lock around the other. Maybe Platy, maybe not. Yes, maybe Katie, maybe not. It's very possible. April, right, play. So the idea that I wanted to point this out because that's the only thing that I wanted to see. I wanted to go back in here because they kept saying that statement and it just bothered me. So I want to make sure I was right and not giving out bad information. But the reality is they were both kind of right, but they weren't completely right because she never went with the girl and Katie never admitted it. That's the fact. Tusi, I think something happened on that boat with Nolan and they dumped the body. Look, until they can prove otherwise, and hopefully that toxicology report will show something, maybe, just maybe, there may be something there. Now, there was another thing that was said that was her difference. Give me a second here. I'm looking at my notes.
Hey Chris, I sent you a photo of that photo you just showed. It's the original that you can see it clear.
Yeah, I don't know if that's him or not. It looks to be, but I'm not sure.
Well, anyway, so that was kind of like, to me, it wasn't a lie. What he said, what Warren said, it just wasn't the complete narrative. Because of the fact that it made it sound like the whole way through that she went back with them, and that's not what happened according to her. So, you, Chris, you and Doug, you guys got the floor. What do you think?
The floor.
Did I present that right or did I present that wrong? Tell me.
No, that's fine. You presented that correct.
Anything on your end, Doug?
For me, I mean, yeah, I think that, yeah, you hit it pretty close. But I mean, that's assuming that Katie was talking about him walking towards that particular boat, because we don't know which boat she was actually referring to. It could have been a second boat that he was walking towards, because she didn't see them on the first boat. So she kind of did corroborate what she said. She said he wasn't on that boat when it left.
Right.
But later she says he was walking towards a friend's boat. So I don't think she was referring to the boat that that Wyatt and Warren were on. She was talking about a different boat, maybe. One of the other boats he was going to ride back on. That
is correct. No, but
Dee,
do you not? Go ahead.
Sorry, can you throw the picture up that's on the this is of supposedly Nolan walking. Remember this picture?
Yep.
And then in the beginning we thought that may be Katie, which it didn't turn out to be.
Right.
But I don't know if that's him. It could be. I just don't know.
I remember this picture, and yeah, that definitely wasn't Katie. Well, I say definitely. It didn't appear to be Katie. They said it wasn't her, but yeah, I don't know who, if that was. I mean, wasn't Javon there? Javon, or Javon? His other friends, his two black friends.
Yeah, Javon and his brother Jalen. But we don't really talk about Jalen that much. It's always about Javon. Yeah.
Right. So I mean, I'm not saying it's not him because I don't know if it's him or not. But what they said, and going back to your point, you're right about what you're saying, that he could have been going to another boat, right? You're totally right.
Right.
But the problem that I have,
they both could be telling the truth.
Right. Both could be telling the truth. The problem that I have is that they said that he never got on their boat, which he may have not. But then they said he went back to be with the girl that he told him he was going to stay with her. Well, that didn't happen. Right. According to what we have, that did not happen because Katie never admitted to that.
Right. Right.
So to me, that's, I don't know. Yeah, I'll just call it what it is. To me, that's a lie because it's like making it seem like he didn't come to our boat. Well, you're right. He didn't come to your. Maybe Katie got the boat wrong. But why did you respond with, well, Katie, he said that he was going to stay with Katie. Well, that didn't happen because she never once, and and then right after that, he states, yep, and she admitted to it. But that's not what she was talking about. You follow me? It was almost like conjoining two different elements in one, when in reality, it was just the one that she said he wasn't on. But I felt when I read it and I heard it, I felt like it was a way to mesh them both together so they could say, yep, she did admit to it. Well, no, she didn't admit to it. So that was my take. But I do agree with what you're saying. And you're right. It could have been a different boat that he was walking towards. But then again, I would ask the question, if that's the case, then they said they screamed at Nolan. Did they not? They said they screamed at Nolan.
That's what they claimed, yeah.
They claimed they screamed at Nolan and telling him, get your F off on the boat. And they said they screamed
Wyatt
at it.
Was screaming at Nolan.
Wyatt, yes. They did it 3 times. And then in the last time that he said he was to go ahead and go, he's going to catch another boat. He's going to stay with her. That's what they said. Mm-hmm. So obviously someone's not telling the truth because he didn't stay with her. So either Katie's lying or they're lying. You follow me?
I do follow you, yeah.
It doesn't make any sense because if you're right, he could have been going to another boat. But if he's going to another boat, they would have never called him to come over and let's go. I don't think they would have made that hey, let's go. We're getting out of here, whatever.
Yeah, Katie's story doesn't make any sense. She says that she sees him walking towards the friend's boat, but she also says that she doesn't see him on that particular boat.
Right.
So which one came first? Did she not see them on that boat first, or did she see him walking towards the friend's boat first? Like, was that boat already gone, or was it before that boat was gone? And she would have heard it. If she's seen them, she probably would have been able to hear the Nolan get on the effing boat.
Right.
I would imagine. If you're in proximity to see both of them things, then you could probably also hear them.
Right. That's a fact. Well said. Well said. And that's exactly right. So the idea that, who was saying what, one thing we do know is that according to her, he did not come with her. So he went somewhere else. According to the friend saying that he went to her, she's saying he never came to me. So then it becomes, okay, well then where in the hell did he go? Did he go swimming? What happened? Because it sounds to me like, it sounds like they're trying to expand that one comment from her into the whole caboodle that would clear them. And you have to remember there was a lot of threats being made during this time. So, I mean, you can only imagine after that, if something did happen to him and somebody knew about it, you can literally assure yourself that somebody was saying, you guys better be quiet. If it wasn't anything on that boat, and let's say it happened on the island or somewhere in a different boat, you can assure they were saying, I'm saying my opinion is that they could have pressured people, just like a lot of people were saying that they were getting threats.
Yep.
So that's what I'm looking at. But very good point. Thank you for that feedback. Welcome in, VMS5. Welcome in. Click that likes, everybody, as you come in. Support all the channels from Analyze Doug to Let's Talk with Chris. And, of course, DD as well.
Of course, DD.
The idea is that we just need to put everything within perspective, okay? I don't want anybody. I didn't want to give you guys any false information. That's why I looked at it. But when I heard it, it's those little things that you have to decipher to know that's not what he was talking. That's not what she was saying. And to me, in my honest opinion, that's what he was trying to suggest. Not that Nolan didn't get on the boat because she apparently said that in a text message, but that he went with her, and that's not true. So then that asks the question, where in the hell was Nolan?
Exactly.
Where was Nolan? What happened to Nolan? Was all this a big farce? Was a lot that something really did happen to him on that island, and this was just a massive, everybody like either turned their heads or didn't want to be a part of it? I don't know. I do not know. Annie, welcome in, Annie. But it doesn't make sense to me either which way. I'm still kind of like in the middle where I'm saying, and who was the only one? Who was the only one that didn't take a polygraph?
I would imagine Katie, right?
Warren.
Warren didn't take a polygraph?
Warren did not take a polygraph. The only people were the other friends on the boat. Warren is the only one that didn't take a polygraph or a stress test, whatever you want to call it.
Right. Yeah. I remember that now.
So
but that's why they chose him to be the spokesperson.
Right. Lie all you want because you ain't got to take no tests.
He can't get caught in a lie because he hasn't testified under oath yet.
Right. That is interesting. That is very interesting. And he said it today on that's the only reason I keep remembering, because when I heard it today with Como and Officer Tatum, they said that Como asked him who took a lie detector, and he said, well, it was a lie detector, but it was, and then he said it was equivalent. And sometimes probably even better is what he said. And sometimes it's even better. Like, come on, please, man. But the idea that he was saying that, yeah, the only person that didn't take one was Warren. That's interesting in itself.
That's why he's able to talk, and that's why
you're exactly right. That's a good point. I mean, maybe these kids are sharp. I don't know. I don't think so.
I mean, they got a judge mother probably.
Well, and that could be the reason why
lucky that they did have her. They probably would already have been made guilty if they didn't have the support. Well,
that's a good point. But she could have also been like what Como said on that interview. You ain't no way you're going to go ahead and even talk to anybody. You're not taking nothing. No polygraph, no nothing. Because she
probably
knows how the game is played.
I wouldn't now if I was his lawyer.
Yeah, well, no doubt. I mean, they could all plead the fifth, and what do you have? Nothing. Right?
Right.
I mean, you plead the fifth, and they're gonna have to. They can't force anybody to say anything. So they could plead the fifth, and the only thing that's gonna hurt them is in public opinion, which I think they would take that over going to jail any day of the week.
Absolutely.
Vima says, really, everyone should have taken a lie detector. Why didn't Warren? Well, that's the big question, Vima. No doubt. That's a big question. Why didn't he take one? Well, and Doug has a good point. His mom's a judge, so maybe she knows how all this operates, and they're one step ahead of the ball game. You know what I mean? I mean, it's possible. It's very, very possible. Barney says, did Bart ever take a test? I think Bart did a lot of things, in my opinion. From what they were saying, he gave up phones. He gave up 20 names that were there. I don't know if Bart had anything to do with this or not, but they did say he gave a lot of information to the sheriff. It wouldn't be the sheriff, it'd be the investigators. But the idea that he gave a lot of information to include 20 names that were there, they made it sound like he gave everything up. So I haven't heard anybody question it, but they haven't showed any receipts either. So it's kind of hard to be able to know who did what, in all honesty.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, B-Miss. Warren is the one whose mom is a judge. That is correct.
Where were you on July 4th? Double dog.
I was right here in my house, brother.
Do you have receipts?
Oh, boy.
I have receipts.
Okay, good.
To see, why would he not take one? Hiding something, he's worried. Well, I tell you what, if you guys remember the interview he did with Tatum, he didn't do himself any justice. That was that wasn't as bad as LD from Nancy's case, but it sure wasn't helpful. I mean, it was very damaging, in my opinion.
I can tell you why he didn't take it.
Tell us.
The judge, his mother, she said, "Don't you dare take that thing."
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's why.
Yeah, that's another. Once again, I think there's a lot of things that are not being said purposely and only said certain things that cannot really incriminate or entrap them, in my opinion. And I'm not saying they did anything wrong. I'm saying, in my opinion, there's just a lot of information that is not being said because somebody, especially his friends, I can understand maybe one person saying, I didn't see him. Maybe if you're lucky, two people, but everybody who's on the boat says, I didn't see nothing. How does that happen? We saw all the crowded people that was there. How did no one see nothing? Now, here's what I wanted to say too about that interview with Como and Tatum, which I found quite interesting. Como says Tatum's talking, and he says, this is what he said. Man, in fact, I just should play it. Let me play it. Because I thought it was very interesting. Very interesting. Where's it?
The only way nobody saw it is if they were underway halfway back to the aisle, on their way back to the.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to show you guys. Okay, hang on a second.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
But they had to be close because he was swept up onto the island.
That is correct.
Because I highly doubt that they were halfway back, which was an hour and something boat ride. I don't think he was halfway back or 3/4 of the way back. He was unalive, thrown in the water, and then he ended up back on that island on the other side. I don't think so.
That is very true.
That would be like, wow.
Actually, it wasn't that one. It's this one I'm going to get right now. Okay, here we go.
Hi, Doug.
Hang on a second. Hang on. Where are you at? It wasn't this one. It was okay. But maybe I have to go to that one to get into that one. Yeah. All right, let's do this.
That makes sense. You have to go to it to get into it,
Okay, it's going to be this one right here. Don't be a wise guy. Let's see.
Excuse me. I was just stating facts, really. I know what we were doing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, this one right here. Okay, ready? Let's see.
What are we doing?
Mm-hmm. Got my wheel spinning.
That looks good, Dee. Oh, never mind.
They've come out to the public and said that this is typical. No matter what happens, it's not like this is somehow an admission or a building up of a.
I'm going to start it from the beginning.
Come
Here we
back to
go.
Nolan Wells. Do you have confidence that there is going to be a real answer about what they found in that autopsy? Because there's a disconnect for me. If the first autopsy showed drowning, okay, in the lungs, and there's no sign of anything else, why go to a grand jury? So the fact that they are impaneling one, how do you read that?
Yeah, what they've come out to the public and said is that this is typical. no matter what happens, it's not like this is somehow an admission or a building up of a case, like they have suspects or not. Any one of these suspicious deaths that they don't have a conclusive answer to, they have to bring all of their materials to a grand jury as a form of process. So the average person thinks that, oh, they're impaneled the grand jury. That must mean that they're suspects in a crime that will be presented. And that's not.
Okay.
Tell me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
Not everything goes to a grand jury.
Well, in the state of Mississippi, they do.
Really?
Yes, everything. If there's a case like that, they will send it. They have to send it. It's just protocol. That's how it's automatically. Now, other states don't do that, but Mississippi does.
Understood.
It's a Mississippi thing.
Now I get it.
All right, here we go.
Answer to, they have to bring all of their materials to a grand jury as a form of process. So the average person thinks that, oh, they're impaneling the grand jury. That must mean that there are suspects in a crime that will be presented. And that's not the case. What it is that they got to get all the evidence together, and therefore an impartial process. They go, we push all of this to a grand jury no matter what the circumstance is. So we're consistent across the board. And it could be come to a point where there's nothing there. That was just a drowning. So this is process and routine. This is not necessarily an indication that there was a crime.
Okay, everybody. So here's coming up where he says the one thing that I kind of stuck with me. Okay, here they're coming up here.
I'm pretty confident. I don't have any reason not to be confident, right? I mean, I'm pretty confident that they're going to. So this is process and routine. This is not necessarily an indication that there was a crime. I'm pretty confident. I don't have any reason not to be confident, right? I mean, I'm pretty confident that they're going to find out, or they're going to be transparent about what they know. I'm not very confident that they're going to get real answers from people about what happened to Nolan. But I am confident.
So if you remember earlier, he was talking about when he was interviewing these young friends of his. When he was interviewing the friends of Nolan, he was saying how, you know, them speaking and what they're saying is all literally like, you know, they're proven. They've come out and said what happened. They basically gave you that testimony. They basically told you in this interview what happened. There's no evidence. There's no way that this is him saying, I believe that they did anything wrong, right? But then here, when you listen to what he just said here, he's telling you that he doesn't think there's any way that they're going to find anyone to talk or get any evidence to know what happened. You understand the contradictory here?
Yep.
On one hand, he's saying, yes, at the beginning when he was doing the interviews, he's talking about how this was plain, clean, clear as day. They can't just, you know, suggest that someone did this, which I agree. But then he makes it so like for a fact they did not have anything to do with it. But then now Chris asked him, what do you think is going to happen? And then he comes up to this point and he says, well, I don't think they're ever going to find out what happened. You know, I don't think they're ever going to I don't think anybody's going to even talk. Well, why would you say that? Because that's not saying, like you stood earlier, you were talking about how this was pretty much like there's nothing there. He drowned. But now you're saying, I don't think they're going to get anybody to talk at all. It sat bad with me because I almost felt like all he was doing was a mouthpiece. He was just a mouthpiece for Nolan's friends, if you want to call it. You know, just a mouthpiece. And now he's telling Como in a one-on-one conversation that he doesn't think they're going to find any information anyway. So, like, you know, what the hell? You know,
the sad thing, they may never.
And you're right, and they may not find it. But for him to spin it one way and say that how confident he is that they're not going to find nothing, then all of a sudden today you hear him talk about that he doesn't think they're going to find anything.
Right.
No one's going to talk. They're not going to find any evidence. There's a good chance that they may not find nothing. I mean, it's kind of like going back on what he said. You know, just my opinion, just my observation. That's all. Not saying anyone is guilty or innocent. Just
Good
saying,
observation.
Just an observation.
That's a good one.
Confident that they're going to present to the public everything they have. I would be more confident if Benjamin Crump was never involved and the parents had come together as a community and said, let's come together as a community and find out what happened to my son. All his friends, they all get together. They, if they did that, I think it would be more conducive for regular people in the populace to say, I did see him at 6:30. I didn't see nothing happen, but I saw him at 6:30. Or somebody say, I did see him at 8 on a boat, that boat over there. But when you start interjecting these things in here, the person who did something to him ain't gonna say nothing. The person who may have seen it now don't want to say nothing because they don't want to be accused of killing Nolan Wells. So, but I'm confident that because they're being transparent too. I mean,
did you just hear what he said?
Mm-hmm.
Again, just now, listen to what he just said.
Boat over there. But when you start interjecting these things in here, the person who did something to him ain't gonna say nothing. The person who may have seen it now don't want to say nothing because they don't want to be accused of killing. No.
So now he's saying that, in essence, he's not saying that there's a probability that this happened to Nolan. What he's really saying is, well, you're not going to find anything because no one's going to talk, and the person that would have done this, that person's not going to come out and say I did it or I'm going to give my testimony as to what I saw because I'm not going to be accused of killing him. You see how that's switching? Mm-hmm. He's switching his whole thing. Like now he wants to. It almost seems to me that now he wants to switch the whole thing around. Like now let's call it for what it is. But before it wasn't. Let's call it for what it is. This was the way I see it. Now he's having second thoughts because he's now saying something totally opposite of what he really believed. Now. Right. He's going back and forth. He's trying to play both sides now, but it's too late because he already has stated where his position was at. Mm-hmm. And that's by him saying that one little thing right there tells you everything on where he stood and why all the conversations that he had didn't really mean a hill of beans. It didn't mean nothing because he's telling you now. Not sure they're ever really going to find out who killed him. He didn't say, I don't know. I don't think they're ever going to find out that he either, became unalive by drowning or something else. He comes out right out and says it. I don't think they were going to find out who killed him. Well, right. Why are you now putting that narrative as in, yes, somebody did this to him, when in fact, before you were saying he just drowned. You follow me?
I'm following you.
Sense, man. Yeah. It just makes no sense to me. All right, here we go.
Nolan Wells. So, but I'm confident that because they're being transparent too. I mean, Benjamin Crump had an opportunity for a second autopsy, which they did, and they presented it, and it was inconclusive initially.
Okay, now we go to this one. So, Crump had his chance. Crump, he went ahead, had his autopsy, and it came back inconclusive. So he had his chance. Really, he didn't have the parts that he needed for the independent pathologist to go ahead and do that. He didn't have those parts. So how the hell can you get a fair assessment when you don't have the parts that you need to make that conclusion? Makes no sense. Once again, I'm just telling you what I'm hearing. If I'm wrong by somebody, please, I don't care who you are, even Grayson and anybody else, tell me if I'm wrong. But that's what I'm hearing.
Waiting on toxicology and different things like that, which is probably the same results as what happened with the state. It's nothing different. It's the same soup warmed over. And in the phone extraction.
Sorry, guys. So the same thing that the toxicology report will come back will probably show the same thing, the same conclusion. Basically it's going to have the same information that they both had. Well, of course it is, because they don't have the information to do their own their own freaking test, their own autopsy. They don't have that same body parts. So of course it's going to come back inconclusive. Because if the state says it's inconclusive, well, we know that the private autopsy was also inconclusive. But why was it inconclusive? Because there wasn't the materials that they didn't get the materials they needed to do the official autopsy, in my opinion. It just makes, yeah.
Just
So
a
the
quick.
police is going to extract
Go ahead.
Nolan Wells' phone and see if there's any tampering.
Go ahead.
I was going to say just two quick updates. One, I'm trying to find out a little more info right now, but it looks like there was a school shooting.
Okay.
And the second one is the police are questioning a person of interest after Mississippi woman found hanging from tree.
Oh, really?
So it looks like they have a person of interest.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
I just wanted to give you that update.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
You're welcome. So
And look, everybody, I'm not. I know I get very animated because it's those little things that people say that can literally tell you what a person's really thinking, and that's important. You know, those are those little clues that you find out, and then you go, "Dang, man, I never seen that," or "I never heard it like that," or "I never." I'm not saying that I'm right in anything of this. I'm just telling you what my experience in law enforcement is telling me. That's all I'm saying.
Big Doug, it's a school shooting in Chicago.
In Chicago?
In Chicago, wonderful.
Oh,
Yep.
wow. I'm going there too later this month. Oh.
That place, I'll tell you right now, that place is tough. That's a rough.
That's a rough area, no doubt about it. Here we go.
Or deletion that could be tied to some nefarious means, and Nolan Wells' family will be a part of that, which was agreed by.
Sorry, I missed a little bit.
And see if there's any tampering or deletion that could be tied to some nefarious means, and Nolan Wells' family will be a part of that, which was agreed by the state and their attorneys. They're being transparent. I don't think they have anything to hide.
I don't have any problem with their decision after that initial thing. The police side, except for the governor coming out and saying something that showed that he's paying attention, but he didn't know anything. They're not putting out any more word until they go through their process. I'm okay with that because as long as it all comes out eventually, I don't need them to compete with the family's attorney or go point for point or any of that. I understand that even though I'm in the media and I want as much access as I can get, as soon as I can get, I get that determination. Do you know whether or not the friends are cooperating in terms of their cell phones?
Oh, I would have to ask specifically, but they told me.
So if you go back and look at the beginning of the information, if you go back and look at his earlier interviews that he did with these young men, okay, if you go back and look, he's telling you, oh yeah, they're cooperating in everything. They got their cell phones. They've got they took their information. They came in and all the sheriff spoke to all the friends of Nolan. Now he's saying something a little different. Now it's, well, I'd have to talk to him to see if they all are cooperating or we're cooperating. You see how that back and forth goes on? It's like on one hand, he's saying one thing, on the other, he's saying something else because he really don't know what the hell he's trying. I mean, it's like, this is what happens when you come and you do an interview with somebody and you are not literally being a person who is doing a fair analysis, calling balls and strikes the way they come in. When you're calling it one way, then later you feel like it's affecting, it's going to affect you because it'll affect his credibility. Now all of a sudden, guess what? Now he's trying to shift a little bit back to this side, like, oh, well, you know, I mean, I have to check with them. You didn't have to check with them before. You were telling everybody how solid that they were cooperating. But now you got to go ahead and ask and say the question, well, I got to ask them to see. That's just so biased. So biased, in my opinion. Not saying the kids did anything, just saying it's biased how he presented the interviews at the beginning and how he's doing this interview right now. That's what I'm talking about. The inconsistency.
We did everything the cops wanted us to do. We cooperated right away. Many of them took lie detector tests. It wasn't technically a lie detector test traditionally. It's another form of like a cognitive lie detecting thing. It's not called a lie detector test. That's why I say a lie detector test equivalent. But it's the same proficiency. It's maybe more accurate. But every boy except one took the lie detector test. And they passed.
And that was Warren.
And they all cooperated with the police right away. And I'm assuming, I want to verify, and I think my team is listening to me. Maybe we can verify that. I think Nolan and all them gave their phones over too. So
I got to tell you, and this will upset people.
I think all of them gave. I have to verify, but I think they all gave their phones. The only reason you say I think when you're the one that's advocating like this is when you want to have a wiggle room to get out from what you've stated. So you said, well, I did say, I did say that I thought they did. Okay, either they did or they didn't. And if you're not listening to what these kids are telling you, then what the hell are you doing? Just saying.
As an attorney, and having done this as long as I have, there's no way you're getting my son's phone. There's no way he's taking any kind of cognitive anything. And I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
I would be suspicious that when you people, meaning law enforcement and the government, if you want to make a case, you're going to make a case. You're just not going to make it on my son because he said something that you can take out of context, or he got flummoxed by something, or he has some sense of guilt because he loved this kid. And he feels like, man, everybody's so angry. I must have fucked up. I'm not putting that on my barely baked son who's 18, 20, whatever they are. I got one of those animals in my house. I've got a 20-year-old boy in my house. And I could absolutely, you're not getting it. You want to come, but I'm not giving it to you.
Yes.
I'll tell you that. And I know that sounds like I have something to hide. That's not why I'd be doing it. Even if he said to me, Dad, here's exactly what happened. I'm okay. I'd be like, I understand. I understand you're okay. I also understand why they're asking and what they're looking for, and I'm not giving it to you.
You're 1,000%, and I'm the most pro cop person on the planet, but there is no way that anybody should talk to law enforcement without an attorney.
And I will say, I do agree with what he just said about, in today I wouldn't have anybody talk to an attorney, or would talk to the cops without an attorney. I totally agree with that. Because it's been proven, and we have seen what happens to some people who could be innocent, and yet it's put on them. So then they end up paying a price for something they never did. So I agree with that wholeheartedly. Always get an attorney.
Yeah, you
gotta be smart to protect yourself.
Yeah, you say one wrong word, even though you're not guilty, you screw yourself.
That is correct. I mean,
and there's no taking it back.
Absolutely. That's exactly right. 100%. All right, here we go.
And because what happens is, Chris, is that sometimes law enforcement can be shady, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're
allowed to lie. They are allowed to lie.
Yeah. We lie to people all the time. I mean, and we don't lie to you because we want to arrest the wrong person. We lie to you because we want to figure out how to get to the right answer.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And people were mad at some of these boys because initially none of them had an attorney.
Mm-hmm.
They got attorneys later. Warren had an attorney right away, and it probably because his stepmother was a judge and they understand his law process. So they were like, no, you're going to get an attorney first, so they don't lock you in and say something and you accidentally say something, or they take some of your stuff out of context and you go to jail for something you didn't do. But the other boys did all of this, communicated with police, lie detector tests and all this, no attorney.
Mm-hmm.
They later got representation. And so people are like jumping into the gun and saying, oh, why did they get attorneys? They must have did something wrong.
I totally understand why you would think that.
In reality,
I get it,
no.
I'll tell you where I learned this lesson while we're in share mode.
Yeah.
Duke Lacrosse. I'm covering that case, and we never had any reason to believe that the prosecutor was a bad guy. And because we're not used to that, you know what I mean? They usually, if there's all this attention on you, usually most of what's coming out of you is going to be accurate and fair because everybody's watching. And all those boys went in there. They were told by the cops they couldn't call their family. They weren't allowed to alert the school. They have to come in. They're dumb. You know, they're just young guys. They don't know anything. They all went in. He had them take their shirts off. And because she had said, the complainant had said that she was raking at the boys who were molesting her. And they all got them off. These are all lacrosse players. They're in practice every day with guys hitting them with sticks. So who knows what kind of marks are on their body. They all took their shirts off. They all did everything the prosecutor, and it turned out he was dirty. And he was advancing a bad complaint from a woman against these Duke lacrosse players who had made up the complaint. And when I covered that story, and we had I was at ABC News at the time, I was the chief law and justice correspondent. We wound up changing the timeline and helping the boys get exposed that this prosecutor was bad. And that's what happened. He wound up, paying the price for it, and all the boys got off, but their lives were changed. That's when it clicked for me that, I get it.
Like the only reason I only had one interview, with two interviews, because the other boys and their families were very concerned that if they, and I talked to them off camera, but they were concerned that if they get on camera, which I've seen them do this with Warren. Thank God more people than not are understanding what he's saying. But I've seen people take Warren's stuff out of context and lie completely about what he's saying. And so some of the other parents had concerns, and lawyers were like, no.
It makes sense.
One word that you say on a podcast, and then they twist it, and now they're framing your kid in a way that, and then his life is over. Because if they never get a resolution in this, these boys will forever go down. This is the reason why I was open to talk to them, because they approached me. But I've seen people take Warren's stuff out of context and lie completely.
So let me read some of these here, because I don't want to let me read some of these here real quick. Ellie should have done that, not some private, in my opinion. Ellie should have done that. The interview, right, El? Makes no sense at all to me. Hi, Wayne. Welcome in, Wayne. Good to have you. Annie. Hi, Wayne. Dennis. Double dog idiot. I'm not good at parsing language or reading body language. I listen to you and others who are good at it for such insight. Thank you, Dennis. I appreciate you. I just try to call it as I see it, my friend. I have no skin in the game. Grayson, same here. Wayne, hi. Wayne, Annie, Barney, I was just reading Chicago thing too. Yes, in Chicago. Double Dog, hi, DD, Semper Fi, my brother. Right back at you. Yeah, they arrested a Terrence Anderson of Jackson, Mississippi on a separate charge, but he captured on video multiple times with Tasia Fortune in the period leading up to her disappearance and unaliving. I hope if he did it, I hope they find they get a chance to go ahead and prosecute it if he did it, because somebody needs to answer for that, for what they did to her, without a doubt. Oh, how does Tatum know they're being transparent? Because he's the God gift to law enforcement that keeps on giving, I guess. Wayne, but I know what you mean, Al. I'm with you 100%. Wayne, exactly, speculation. Grayson, I agree. We wouldn't know that unless he knows for sure what happened himself, without a doubt. He is sounding very biased, in my opinion, says Al. Is Tatum wearing bulletproof vests? I'm not sure. He is biased, says Wayne. That's the way it seems to me. Grayson, to be completely 100%, we would know a lot of what we do know if it weren't for Tatum's interviews. We didn't know there were 20-plus people at the group who left on the 3 boats and locations. Very good point, Grayson. Very good point. Barney, Tatum, can't have the story both ways. The interviews may have shed some light on some information, but that seems very biased. Like, he's going to back the boys up no matter what it takes, even if it means giving inconsistent statements. L, in my opinion, April, too many conflicting stories for those kids, in my opinion. Agree, Barney. Oops. Grayson, so if they all pass except Warren, how would Warren have done something to Nolan without others noticing? It's a good point. Good point. L, I agree. He is biased, but Grayson, L, I agree. He is biased, but we forget how much we didn't know until this. That is correct. Until this through that pool party. That was a week prior to this. Yes. Annie. Hey, anyone have a great evening. I'm going out of the chat. See you later, Annie. Tusi, bye, Annie. Grayson, we didn't know that so many people were on the island that day. We still thought Crump was right when he said that Nolan was the only. That is true. That is true. But right now we know that there was other people, just not many. L, we absolutely gained some information and insight from the interviews. That's true in my opinion as well, Grayson. Carolina girl, have a good evening, Annie. Chris, your glasses look weird on the stream. Not to offend you. Have good night.
She offended me.
Eddie, thanks for always being here. D.A. Ningfong says Dennis. Marianne, hi, DD. Hi, Marianne. Welcome in. Oh, good now, Chris. Laughing out loud. Dennis.
Marianne, let me interrupt real quick.
Go ahead.
Marianne, if you go to my channel, Marianne, it's raining. That's all I have to say.
All those people, including professors at Duke, are very prestigious university, already labeled these players guilty. Nancy Grace did too, and when the truth came out, she took a convenient vacation. Well said, Dennis. Marianne, please hit the like, everybody. Subscribe to everybody's channel, please, everybody. I would appreciate that. Very good. Very, very good individuals on this channel that have great podcasts, great streams. You really need to join. Wayne, good investigation. Don't start with an answer. They follow the evidence until the evidence provides one. That's exactly right. Follow where the evidence takes you. There is Doug's YouTube channel. Tusi, I remember that story. Hi, Marianne. Raining here now, about done to shore.
It looks like the school shooting in Chicago because school's out still. But
Okay.
It looks like it was between a man and a female custodians that worked together.
Right.
He shot her and then he took his own life.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Wow. Bree, is it raining? Okay.
Is that milk and pancake? No.
No. I was just asking if it was raining because we're supposed to get rain too, and I got clothes hanging out. April, he blamed you.
Wait, back in the 80s or something? And
All right.
out?
Yeah.
Just
what we
dryer, man. Dryer. 50 minutes.
All
Dryer.
right. So
Man,
you guys
no.
follow where I'm going, right? You guys understand. I mean, the idea that we're just trying to get this information. But I wanted to show the reason I stopped is because I know it's like I'm picking everything about this individual. But when Tatum is answering all these questions, I'm just going to give you one little clue here, okay? And it deals with when you're interviewing and interrogating someone, and when they're giving you answers, what do you look for, okay? See his eyes right here?
Yep.
When his eyes get really big, and you see what's called the three whites, white on this side, white on this side, and white up here, they call that the three whites. That means that a person is exaggerating or not so much exaggerating, but they're like trying to emphasize something. And you have to just, if you look it up, you'll understand what I'm talking about. When they talk about the three whites, it's when a person may not be telling you the correct truth.
Wait the next time I interrogate my kids.
Okay.
Now I know.
So when you see white on this side, on the right and the left, and up top or bottom, they call that the three whites. When you see three whites, you can see how somebody's trying to emphasize something more harder because they're really, in a way, don't really believe what they're saying. Look it up. Let's look under interview and interrogations, and you'll understand what I'm saying when they talk about the three whites. Okay? Watch this here. You're going to see it right here. And I've seen it the whole way through, just to be honest.
About what he's saying. And so some of the other parents had concerns, and lawyers were like, no.
It makes sense.
One word that you say on a podcast, and then they
That
twist
whole
it, and now
interview,
they're
not
framing
all,
your
but most of
kid
the
in a
interview.
way that, and then his life is over. Because
That's right.
if they never get a resolution in this, these boys will forever
See
go
that?
down. This is the reason why I was open to talk to them, because they approached me. I didn't approach them. I wasn't going to go out there or nothing. I didn't know these kids. I wasn't trying to interject myself in the situation. But once I started seeing things that didn't add up, and they said, hey, man, we would like to tell our story. We trust you. You've been fair in this. We would like to talk to you. I said, well, why wouldn't I want to hear from every side? And if they want to talk to me, in my opinion, I'm like, they must be pretty confident they didn't do this.
Yeah.
Right. And so I went down there and I talked to them. But you know, some of the other boys, and I don't blame their parents, because if they don't come to a solution here, which means that the autopsy remains inconclusive or undetermined, and there's no suspects that's come out.
I don't know if it's me or my
if they cannot determine that he drowned, then it's going to be an open book. It's going to be an open mystery. And forever, these boys are going to be framed as you killed Nolan and got away with it. And that's just not fair.
That didn't cost you anything. Cost the PD money to send people to classes for that, like myself. But those are what's called the 3 whites. So when you see that and you want to do a quick test on your kids, you'll be able to know. Believe me, I used it all the time and they hated me for it. But that is a fact. They do. There's other things that you look for too, but that's just just giving you guys something that something's not right. And
You know what
I'm
I'm
just
saying?
just telling you.
This way here, you can't see the wipes.
So I just wanted to go ahead and throw that out there for whatever it's worth. I'll answer the questions here in a minute.
That's good, though. I didn't know that about the wipes.
Absolutely.
Wait. Here comes my son. What, Tyler? Come on in, buddy.
Stop it, Chris. Here we go.
We would like to talk to you. I said, well, why wouldn't I want to hear from every side? And if they want to talk to me, in my opinion, I'm like, they must be pretty confident they didn't do this. Right. And so I went down there and I talked to them. But, you know, some of the other boys, and I don't blame their parents, because if they don't come to a solution here, which means that the autopsy remains inconclusive or undetermined, and there's no suspects that's come out, if they cannot determine that he drowned, then it's going to be an open book. It's going to be an open mystery. And forever, these boys are going to be framed as you killed Nolan and got away with it. And that's just not fair if they didn't do it. I want the person, if Nolan was killed by somebody, I want that person.
So once again, we go back to it's not fair if they did not do it, which is solely true. If they did not do it. But he knows they didn't do it because they told him they didn't do it. And he believes everything they're telling him, because that's he's getting the interview that they chose him. And why did they choose him? Because they told him that the reason they chose him is because he sided with them. They felt like he was on their side. That's what these individuals said when they did their interview, when he asked them, why did you choose me? Why did you pick me? Okay, so we know why they picked him. Okay, it's not like anything secret. I mean, they actually said exactly the reason for it. My thing is the fact that, once again, he's going now to, if they never are able to prove that he drowned, well, wait a minute, you've been saying he drowned from the very beginning. You saying that he drowned. That was the most obvious thing, that he drowned. Now you're saying if he didn't drown, these kids will always be looked at like they unalived this man. Well, you know what? If somebody looks at me like that and I didn't do it, I couldn't give one hell of beans if I didn't do it. Honestly. Because you know what? I get to go home every night and go to my bed and sleep. And if they did, they're going to have to live with it. So the idea that he would say that now, well, if they didn't do it, wait a minute. Are you having reservations? Is there something that you really inside, when you were asking questions, they were not really, were getting the answers that you believe you wanted to get? Just something to think about, everybody. Sorry, I keep stopping it.
Person to be found. Now, here's the thing that I think I am suspicious still.
This is your third theory that's not fully locked in.
My third theory.
Now his third theory.
And this is the theory that somebody may have done something to Nolan. Now, that's not my highest priority theory based on what I know, but it's the possibility that I'm entertaining in my mind. I don't understand this Katie situation. Because this girl didn't really know the friend groups and nobody really knew her. And I don't know why they're just listening to her statements and believing everything she says. And she's the only one that didn't really know him like that. And then I saw some text messages where she was on a boat with people that none of these friend groups know. And so to me, it would almost make sense that maybe he hung out with her a little more and she know a little more than what she's saying. Now, I'm open to interview her and talk to her off camera, on camera. I told their legal counsel that we could talk because if she didn't have nothing to do with it, I want her name to be clear.
Yeah,
but it's just still, it's like I almost think that maybe he may have been with people that didn't know him and he was wanting to hang out with this girl and maybe something happened, whether he got super drunk, they took drugs, he ODs or something, and they panic and they drop him where he was late, where a lot of people were gone. I mean, because we don't really know when Nolan died. Mm-hmm. They don't have a clue. Nolan could have died that night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead.
Now, he just stated that they did not know her.
Right.
Well, I'm not done yet.
I know what you're going to say. Go ahead.
Or any of the groups knew her. Okay. The last time I saw Warren's interview, Did
I lose you? Why is it always at the wrong moment? Come on, Chris. We're waiting.
Every time I unmute it. Okay, so he was there in the interview, wasn't he?
Yep.
Okay, so isn't that the interview where Warren said, well, I texted her, but then we all started texting her. Isn't that?
Yeah.
But was he there?
He was there.
And he was, I don't know. That's kind of odd. Now he's saying, nope, they didn't know her. So,
and if you look at when he said that, did you see his three whites? Look at his three whites. I bet if I go back here, when he says that comment, matter of fact,
shit, I can see 4 whites right now.
All you need is 3.
Oh, I got 4. I win.
There we go.
They took drugs. He ODs or something.
Yep. See?
And they panicked. And they drop him where he was late, where a lot of people were gone. I mean, because we don't really know when Nolan died. Mm-hmm. They don't have a clue. Nolan could have died that night.
He's lying.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Nolan could have died the next day. I mean, I don't know.
When you lie,
I wonder, was he with
you look away
the group of people that didn't know him well? He gets caught up in some drugs or something, and he ODs or something like that, and then they panic and they leave him. Because the other death of another young black kid that happened more recently, I think it was in Texas. That's almost exactly what happened. Something happened to him. He drowned. His friends panicked. They throw his clothes and his phone in the water. And they were charged with obstruction of justice or obstructing or tampering evidence. And so when you're young and you're dumb and you're doing stuff you shouldn't do, they don't know Nolan very well. I'm just this is totally hypothetical.
Right.
They don't know him very well, so they don't care. So if he ODs or something, they're like, we're all going to go to prison for this kid. And let's just leave him behind and let's get out of here like nothing ever happened. But if it was a friend, I think the friend would have been more concerned with his life than concerned with covering it up.
High prices are here to stay. Gas, groceries, insurance. It's going to take time. That's why people are calling American. And there's no pressure, okay?
I listen to it. I turn the volume up. I do not.
885-8027. AmericanFinancing.net/Cuomo.
I can't imagine them boys that I met. Like this video, we didn't get to that. I just want to get to that audio real quick. I listen to it. I turn the volume up. I do not hear them clearly saying, Nolan, is he dead and all this. I don't hear that. And it doesn't match with the timeline because this was ran around 4:30. And I think people may have saw Nolan a little bit after that. He was still with that girl after that. And so
wait a minute.
This wouldn't be him dead on a boat in front of everybody.
Go ahead.
Do we now know why he's not a cop anymore? Did he really just say, well, I didn't hear any of that?
Yep, he did.
Did he really?
He did.
He's not even a cop anymore, but he needs to be fired right now again. I mean, that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Listen to this.
I do not hear them clearly saying, Nolan, is he dead and all this. I don't hear that. And it doesn't match with the timeline because this was ran around 4:30. And I think people may have saw Nolan a little bit after that. He was still with that girl after that. And so this wouldn't be him dead on a boat in front of everybody. So I kind of find it to be, kind of weird and suspicious when they're claiming that that's the case. And even then, I don't think that their first instinct with their best friend is to go, he's dead. We're going to cover it up and not get him help. We're not going to call the Coast Guard to help him and to revive him or give him medical attention.
But do we know give people the context of the audio that we're talking about?
I think
it was the emergency call they called for the boat assistance, meaning that they were sinking and they say, hey, we need help. They had a membership to this program to help boats in distress. And I think they ended up calling it off. Probably
because as they started to drive the boat. So as a boater, they
were
probably
getting
called
towed.
sea tow.
I think a friend was towing them out and then they couldn't wait on the sea tow, right? They couldn't wait on them to get there. And because they were in a distress, they were sinking. Warren said they were going under. The water had come up to the batteries. They were going down. And so I think they had a friend kind of tow them out a little bit. They wanted to get the boat up higher so they can drain them.
Warren, Katie's.
Once does he say it was the owner of the boat, the grandpa, that called off for them to get towed, remember?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, here we go.
I'm in shock listening to this dude.
And Como just eats it up like
he's an idiot too.
Yeah, I just cannot believe it.
He's not. He's a clown, but he's not an idiot.
No,
he knows.
He's an attorney. Listen, he knows better, man.
Is there one person in either of these chats that can tell me outright that they didn't hear them say, is he dead? Or really? That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. This guy needs to be see ya. Get rid of him. He's useless. I hope you're listening too. Come on, dude. Really? He actually came on TV and said those two last statements.
I'm telling you, he said all those. And his eyes said everything too. There we go.
Unbelievable.
In the water and then
yes.
So that they kind of canceled after they made that panicked request. And you got to think
they didn't cancel. The grandpa canceled.
Right.
They didn't cancel nothing.
Nope.
Probably was drinking. So they all panicking.
They were drinking, but they also grew up on boats. So if you grew up on boats and you tie up a lot, this is not the first time you've seen a boat take on water because it was pushed below the scuppers and it started to take it on because of weight or whatever else. So, and then once it's okay, then you call it off. But the audio and the urgency is being used to suggest that that's when it happened, that they are in a panic because something happened and it's not the boat, it's Nolan. And the whole story of come with us, come with us, come with us is fake. But except for Katie, who is not part of their group, who has suggested, at least in what I've seen, that she remembers the moment of them telling Nolan to get on the boat. And that's going to be something they can corroborate, Brandon. There's no way that they get away with, no, I saw them leave altogether. Nolan was on the boat. If that's true, that Nolan was on the boat when they left, this is over. They're gonna know that.
And I'll say this: if there's some evidence that Nolan was on a boat and they left with him, and there's witnesses to say they left, first of all, they would be arrested at this point, I think, by the police. But if they did, then that means they lied to me on the podcast, and they deserve to be implicated in
Not
this.
you.
But it appears that independently of their statements to me, Katie confirmed. And I saw the message thread.
Okay, listen to this, because Katie didn't confirm. It's what I've been telling you guys earlier.
With them talking to her
I
about
saw the
other
same
stuff.
thing. Yeah.
And yeah. Okay. So did you see Katie like at one of those messages say, yeah, they screamed at him to get on it. And she said, I did not see him get on the boat he came on. I didn't see him get on that boat. So, and I don't think Katie would be covering for anybody because they didn't know Katie.
Look at his eyes.
And she has no reason to support them because if she saw them
Look
killed,
everything
she
about
get her
Katie
name
with
cleared.
his eyes.
But it appears that she's not saying that
4.
she saw what happened to Nolan. So it's a very, people, Chris, want to make it out to be what they perceived in their mind that it is. Some people, they cannot see that these kids didn't kill Nolan. They can't see it.
Now they didn't unalive him. They can't see that. Earlier he was saying, well, if they did, then they lied to me. Then he's saying, well, I don't know what happened to Nolan. I mean, somebody could have got to him. Maybe he was on a different boat. He didn't know the people. I mean, this guy don't know from one moment to the next, from one statement to the next statement, from one comment to the next comment, does not see how he's being so I guess inconsistent that is so pathetic.
That
I don't know how else to put it.
If you have to go to court with this guy and you're
done.
For you, you're going to jail.
You're going to electric chair.
If you go with court with him for stealing a candy bar, you're going to get the chair. Some way, somehow, you're going to end up getting the chair.
Oh my Lord! Here we go.
Jesus Christ could come down and say Nolan did not die at the hands of these kids, and they will say, I don't believe in Jesus no more, and they will go in the direction of confirmation bias. I don't know what happened to Nolan. I don't know none of these people. I think Nolan was a great kid,
that everybody is saying that they did. But go ahead.
I want justice for him, and so that's why I want to take an impartial approach and say, if you ain't had nothing to do with it, rule them out. Come on, rule these people out, man. Quit damaging other people's lives. Let's weave to what happened to him.
Hey, thank you for watching. I post.
Isn't that what they're doing?
My Lord, I'm sorry, guys, that I had to put you through that and basically be annoying by commenting at every little thing. But these are important things, guys.
I'm glad you played that because
this is very important.
Look like an idiot.
Because now it's important because it's the little nuances things. And I would have never known this if I didn't go through these trainings to understand what they do and how you can read people. And look, he was looking to his right, shifting his eyes to his right and to his left. I can't even remember what they tell you when a person does that, when they're going to answer and they shift. I know I went to class for it. I just don't have those details to give you because I'd have to look it up. But I can tell you that knowing I've been through this stuff, this guy, in my opinion, I could not use as a credible individual because of everything I just saw. And that's what I wanted to tell you guys, to show you that these little things, man, the littlest things tells a lot about an individual, especially when they're trying to do an interview. And I've seen these. Me in law enforcement studied interviews of people from across the board when you could tell when they were lying, when they were trying to deceive you, when they were thinking of an answer. The eyes go on top of their head, literally, and they're thinking like, what can I say? And this works, people. This works. I'm telling you, if you know anything about law enforcement and you're able to learn this stuff, I'm telling you, it is a blessing and a curse. It is a blessing and a curse. So I just wanted to go ahead and show you all that. Now, does anybody want to read, or you want me to read? Can anybody read, or you want me to read?
Can anybody read, or do you want me? I'll read some.
Go ahead.
I'm just reading something real quick.
Okay.
Does everybody in the chat understand the main use of flock cameras? Does everybody know what they are? Or can somebody give me the idea of what they think they are? I just want to make sure everybody's on the same page. What the main reason for a flock camera is. But I will read some. I will read some.
Go ahead.
Let me go. I'm backing up a little bit.
Welcome in, Nina. Welcome in.
Oh, what did I say here? People seek truth, receive debts. Waterways is pretty low speed limit. I'm just looking for something that.
Hold on.
Wayne said.
Nina, mods are robots, not humans. If blocked, no one can get blocked on unless you turn mods off, Devil Dog.
Take that right out of your brain, erase it, throw it away. Yeah, so
I just said, welcome in, Nina.
No, it's gone. She's gone.
Unbelievable. Go ahead.
So a few days ago, a woman drove around Ocean Springs filming cameras everywhere and wondering why nothing was being recorded. Now she's receiving death threats. That's in that area somewhere. Oh, wow, Wayne. Grayson, removing the transom plug is really inconvenient. Someone has to jump in the water, remove the plug while the boat is moving, pull themselves out while it's moving, then replace the plug later. And they did all that in about 10 minutes, not even. Oops, I went all the way down. However, the facts are skewed. Grayson, it was just in reports the other day, says they can only identify objects. So a flock camera is a license plate reader and, vehicle identification. They're really not set for, they can, as the car drives by, it can take a picture of that and record that. But they're not like a regular camera where you pan left and you pan right, you go up, you go down, you go this way. They're set, and that's how they sit. So flock cameras are only good to catch cars and stuff going by. They're not used for like security, for like looking at doors and looking for people in doorways, just like stuff like that. So I mean, you can still, obviously, if somebody walks by the camera, it will capture them. But I just wanted to make sure everybody understood, because I hear a lot of people throwing flock cameras around. Why don't they use flock cameras here? Why don't they put them here? Because they're really only used for license plate readers. So I just wanted to make sure everybody understood that. Where did we leave off over here?
Hello, everyone. Late again. Welcome in. I'm a dreamer.
Yes, L, you're correct. They can't identify people well. That's why you still depend on, unfortunately, you still depend on traffic cameras, because the traffic cameras see everything. And traffic cameras, they issue tickets, but not the camera itself. Flock cameras can't do that. They can't use those for tickets. Like if you go through a red light at one of the cameras, they can send you a ticket in the mail.
Yep.
If you go right on red, they can send you a ticket like that, and blah, 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 blah. So, but yeah, I just wanted to make sure everybody understood that. He did say that, Grayson. I see. That's interesting. Welcome back. Doug L says, Marianne, welcome back, Doug. Doug said, my internet went out again, down, and that's again. So
yeah, I'm back again. Internet's
you
going in and out. I had to reset my whole system.
Just that sucks. Can I ask all the mods in the chat? Do you guys need oil or anything, or are you guys all good? What a stupid ass comment that was, dude. Like, I mean, are you for real? Were you here, Doug, or did you leave already?
I missed it all.
Oh my God. Nina came in and said to Dee Dee, said, Dee Dee, mods are robots. They're not humans. If something's wrong, you need to shut them on and off or something.
Only you can block them.
Yeah, you can fix
them.
it. Yeah.
I'm thinking unreal.
That's
what Nina said.
Yeah, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Hey, Ami, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, because they don't listen to her. She goes in all the different chats and nobody
No, she's
really
not.
responds to what she says, unfortunately.
Officers
Right. Chris, say something to April about let her know about that custodian, because that's what she
sorry.
used to do
Just
before.
so everybody's up to date. The Chicago school shooting, it was an elementary school. There's no kids because they're not back yet, and obviously I guess that one doesn't have summer school. That would be over anyways, I think. But anyways, it was 2 custodians, a male and a female. The male shot the female custodian and then took his own life. So that was it. It's over. I mean, it's over. Everything's, the scene is secured. They're, unalived, and they've recovered the weapon and all that good stuff. But yeah, unfortunately, 2 people gone, and that was it though. So just
Wayne
so
said, let me read
knows.
this one. Wayne says, a few days ago, a woman drove around Ocean Springs filming cameras everywhere and wondering why nothing's being recorded. Now she's receiving death threats, unalive threats. Unbelievable.
Didn't I just read that?
Did you?
Yeah. Well, was my reading not good enough for you? That's it.
No, I don't know if you did or not.
No, yeah, I did. No, I'm just
Okay.
kidding. Well, you know me. I'm just messing with you. Somebody has to. Shit.
Grayson said, removing the transform plug is really inconvenient. Someone has to jump in the water, remove the plug while the boat is moving, pull themselves out while it's moving, then replace the plug. Man, just let them tow you.
Well, I mean, if you're sinking right there, the sea tow wasn't getting there anytime soon. Because if I remember, if on the call he said he was slam busy, I'm pretty sure he said that on the call.
He did.
He's like, I won't be there anytime soon. So no matter what, they had to pull. That's why Bot pulled them out. And somebody was in the water, pulled out the plug, drained the water, put the plug back in, and off they went.
That's a good point. Read that right here, Chris.
Which one?
Wayne.
Where is it?
Right, it's right where my cursor's at.
I can't.
You can't see those?
I can't see your cursor.
I'm sorry.
Army Vet 420.
There you go.
There
I don't know where you're at. I'm maybe all the way up.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably way up there.
Okay, here we go. Let's go. I'm back down. Army Vet. Interesting.
Ugh. How about if they small eyes and don't open wide? That means he's sleeping. I am absolutely shocked at what he said in that interview.
I cannot believe it either.
Man, he doesn't realize that he just made himself look like the biggest idiot in the world. I mean, in the same interview, he said 4 different things 4 different ways. And it all leads back to stupidity.
With the 3 whites.
I mean, remember, I saw 4.
Yeah, you got a bonus.
Unbelievable. I can't believe he said that. I got no words for that one.
Army Vet says a single approved query can search across more than 83,000 cameras nationwide if an authorized user misuses a system or if a hacker compromises a single police officer's login credentials.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Army Vet, can you put in a query for that? I need some information on some of the cameras somewhere. I would like to add a flock camera in front of Dee Dee's house.
Here you go, Army Vet. I don't know what the hell I was thinking here. I just posted a link.
You can these local cameras, like unless you have really good security on your home camera systems, you can pull up in front of somebody's house and 5 minutes you can be on their system.
Grayson says, Army Vet, yep, an NC North Carolina police officer lost his job and faced criminal charges after using flock data from the 30 times to track and look up her romantic partner's sex wife. Interesting.
What? We had to come on at 5, right? Oh, God.
Oh boy.
That's incredible. I feel stupider now. Whew.
All right. Well, let's get off this one and let's go to Nancy.
Oh boy.
Let's talk a little bit about Nancy. I had 2 questions that I wanted to talk about in Loveless.
There is a person on the porch, and she's missing. Here's your 2 questions. Have a good day. What do you got, Dee Dee?
All right. So what I got, oh Lord. So obviously we all know the FBI was back at the area of Nancy Guthrie about a couple weeks ago. Okay.
I think it was even sooner than that too.
Probably sooner. But they've been back there constantly. And apparently one of the reasons Enton was talking about, and this has to do with the Enton and Maureen.
The monsoon season.
Yeah, monsoon.
Season. It riles up the land or whatever.
You got it. If you guys heard this already, I won't even go over it.
Well, I mean, that's what I do. That's what we do. We
another reason could have been they said Maureen
cut
O'Connell.
me off like that.
I'm trying to read this, brother.
Well, you're laughing too much. I mean, what do you expect?
Another reason it was told was because you already covered the monsoon. And then there was another reason was that suspects could have left through the back doors because of the doors being open.
Well,
okay. That's another reason why they were going behind the house and looking, because it's okay to go back again to the beginning, start back at the beginning. Like I've always said. They should have
been back there 14 times a week. You know what I mean? Like
they should have just stayed back there, put a camp.
They should have just moved in.
No, but you're not only kidding.
So when you watch Brian Enton's thing, you see him point out, and he's like, and he said this, he said, I was told that it's that black security door, the screen that was propped open. He didn't say the inside door was propped open. He said, I was told that the black one, which is the outer security gate, was propped open. He didn't say anything about the inside doors.
The screen door you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I had that written down.
So it's like, okay, was it? Which was it? What is it? Is it the back? And I mean, still something happened out back. There's Army vet. What's up, buddy? Something happened out back because, well, again, if something crazy happened, they stayed. I mean, we've said this before. They stayed out back and they studied that little wall that runs from what is it? The Catina. What is the
casita?
Yeah. Whatever. It's a pool house. Get the hell out of here with that.
Casita.
Shit. It's a fucking pool house.
Casita.
Yeah. They focused themselves on that wall for one section of that wall for a little while. And then, but I don't remember them spending a whole lot of time out back near the doors at all. I mean, most of it was out front. They were in the house. They were on the side because the guys had drones up, and you saw them really focusing in the backyard. Remember when the attorney showed up from Pima County. They were in the suits and everything. They showed up that one day and they walked around and saw the scene. That's the only time I seen anybody really, really out back looking around.
Very true. Very true.
So, I mean, again, whatever. Remember, and I always keep this in the back of my head. Remember, she always liked to keep her doors open or unlocked. Maybe she did say
Savannah did say that she liked to keep her
unlocked most of the time,
and sometimes she would keep her doors. Yep.
Yeah. So, because I remember us talking about saying, Jesus Christ, what happens if this thing walks in? What happens if one of those big pig-looking things comes walking? What the hell is those?
Hello. Oh, yeah, those javelinas.
Javelina comes walking in. You know what I mean? Wake up, there's a javelina in bed with you. What's up? You know what I mean?
Hello, Bruce. Welcome in, Bruce.
So, Yvette, what's up, my man?
I'm a fly on the wall. I'm listening.
What you got, brother? What you got? Anything? You hear anything? Hear anything going on?
Nothing. Nothing when it comes to the house. That's why I'm listening.
Oh, I got you.
Nothing with the house, you say?
Yeah, I don't think the house is important.
Me neither. So let's beat around the bush. You said nothing. what's on your mind?
Because
Nothing
we
about
know
the house.
we know entry and exit.
Yep.
And we know Nancy. Well, what I told, we know the dude at the door, forced entry, got to Nancy on extraction, lost control at the front door, and was extracted from that scene by vehicle.
Right. And that's when he smashed her head on something. And that's when she bled.
And gained control. So
yeah, like
I
mean, if Cameron was to come to me, the type of knowledge I have, he would be like, I don't want you near this house. I need you to find my mama. She's not there.
Right.
Use your technology, flock cameras, what you're saying.
And
I need the cyber element of this.
Right. Wouldn't you think, though, like, seriously, wouldn't you think that Cameron would have already reached out to everybody he knew and said, hey, look, my mother's missing. We need help.
I've heard he did. I've definitely heard.
I mean, you would think that would have been the first thing.
He did.
You know,
most people, and this is all allegedly because I can't prove it, like Dee Dee was saying, so I'm saying allegedly. Allegedly, that wasn't Savannah on the phone. Them are two pilots talking, Dee Dee. He was a pilot too, and he was a pilot.
Got you. That would make sense. Yep. Without a doubt.
See, it's there's so much.
It's a brotherhood. Ask Dee Dee. It's a brotherhood.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
of course it is.
Brotherhood.
Yep. A very good brotherhood. That's how it is.
Just gave you the link, Bruce.
And like, talk to military. Just talk to them. Talk to them about them pilots, and they'll do anything for them.
Yep.
God, yeah.
Absolutely.
So I think he was on the phone. I believe Cameron was on the phone. Yes.
Did you guys hear about them going ahead and changing FBI agents out, changing police out?
Probably. I haven't, but I wouldn't be surprised.
That was something McConnell has said today, and talking about the fresh set of eyes that sometimes it's good because now you see it from a different perspective for someone else. You know.
Yep. That was my explanation for them going back to the house the other day. I thought
that too, definitely. But let me just say one quick thing from the chat. Miss Barney asked, what's on your face in your picture, vet? Not trying to be rude. And how I wanted to reply to that was, he fed me some bad information, and that's what happened to him. So the next time, he ain't feeding me no bad information.
It's my real face. I just put glitches in it so the government and facial recognition software wouldn't do an imprint. Like,
well, there you go.
If they wanted to know who you are and what you are, they'll just get y'all facial recognition and just know everything. With the glitches and the cyber I have in my face and the way it is, your AI and facial recognition software can't make a comparison.
They're actual knife marks. I knifed them up for the bad info. I was like fucking Zorro.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? So, can I get some of that too?
It's a way to protect me that people want to do searches. You know, I want to know who this Intel dude is. Let me get his face and do a search face. I don't put barriers up. So, and it's not y'all. It's Russia. It's China. Just put barriers up for my protection.
No wonder why I can't find you anywhere, son of a.
Oh, you can. You can.
No, I know.
Anybody can. No, not that. I mean, do a search of AI. Ask your AI who is Army Vet 420. I'm cyber. It's gonna tell you who I am. It's gonna tell you exactly who I am. Nice. I'm not like y'all. The cyber people track me. So if you ask who is Army Vet 420 on YouTube, it's gonna tell you.
Nice.
All right. I believe you, brother. So I don't even have to check that.
Yeah,
I don't. You damn right. I believe you. Come over here and kill me 14 ways in about 10 days.
Tushy says, Nancy Grace had something about Nolan today. Yeah. Thank you, Tushy.
Fucking Army vet will come over here. I won't even be able to answer my phones. Hello. Nothing. Butterflies and shit.
He may be a Met Bandit. Yeah. Let's see here. Did you guys hear anything about about Nancy Grace having something with Nolan Wells?
No, I can't fucking stand her. I'm sorry. I do not like her.
I'm not what happened today, Jeff?
No, but I'll tell you one thing. Did anybody catch Banfield's live last night?
No, I didn't.
No, I didn't either.
She is completely different. It was just a live, like it was a question. You know, you could ask questions and stuff. Man, she swears worse than I do, and she was laughing like a totally different person on her just straight up live. Had a blast, actual blast.
Personality. You getting to know personality. You getting to know their personalities now.
She was so cool.
Hey, Army vet.
Everyone.
What's up, man? So, retired U.S. Army Air Force Signal Corps veteran and former network security administrator.
See, look at him. He researched. I'm all over the internet.
I know. I look. I didn't have to look up. I just wanted to see what it said, but everything that Army vet just said, it came up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did it say if you like Snickers bars or Twix?
Well, you can ask
AI any question, and it's
private information.
And it's going to tell you who I am, network engine. It's going to tell you I'm that. Like, look what he said. It's going to tell you he's elite. He's elite. He's elite. It's going to tell you he's elite in this world. So if you are up there, the AI recognizes you. You can't hide. You can't hide, especially in my world. You can't hide. The general masters, the 11 missing scientists. You can't hide. AI know exactly who the fuck I am.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to know. I like my internet and being able to call out on phones and shit. And microwave works okay, you know.
I didn't know it was gonna come back that complete, Doug. But good job. At least you know who Army vet is now, Doug.
He's going in to change everything right now. Army vet's in there right now. Make me a chef and a cook.
Now watch this, Doug. Ask that AI in the Nancy Guthrie case with Army vet's education. What would he be good at? And it's gonna tell you.
Pull it up, Doug.
Actually, Bruce.
I'm sorry. Pull it up.
Mm-hmm. Pull it up. It's gonna tell
ask
you.
It, Bruce.
Because I know Cameron done reached out.
What do you want me to ask it? What do you want me to ask it?
Ask it in the Nancy Guthrie case with Army vets, military education. What would he be good at in solving the case? It's gonna tell.
So in the Nancy Guthrie case, what would Army veteran?
What would Army vet?
Let's mess that up. In the Nancy Guthrie case, what would Army vet 420 on YouTube? What would he be doing now?
And what kind of vehicle does he drive?
I fly.
Well, like you fly a plane around a neighborhood. I mean, possibly.
Doug made me have a PTSD moment about zero gravity that we're gonna talk about one day.
Doug, no.
Oh my Lord!
Oh yeah, we had a good conversation yesterday.
It was a deep conversation, man.
Army vet's the guy that has like the briefcase vehicle, you know, like the Jetson. You know,
hello,
he gets a little helicopter or a plane.
Well, that's Richie Rich.
Yeah, well, but then he's like go gadget, you know.
Go gadget, yeah.
Well, he had explained an event that happened while he was out there to me, and what he explained to me looked like zero gravity. Like you have to hear the whole story, but it's just, and then they got him thinking, like, is that actually what happened? Like, time didn't they made it a 14-hour trip in 6 hours, and the item flew in the air, stopped, and then came back slowly, like it ran into something, and it was just,
they're there.
His story. It was
Barney
crazy.
Says AI is also fed information by humans. It's not perfect. That is true.
But AI.
Well, when I looked up my name, it said that I was doing spiritual stuff, which I wasn't. I mean, not to say that I'm not spiritual, I am, but I don't know. I don't know why that came up.
Don't look mine up. I don't want to know nothing.
Melly, you're the old man that sits behind a desk and yells.
That's it, right here. Melly, you really don't want to ride a javelina. I mean, really.
Who was it, Chris, that was there, that was out and about, that was searching? Wasn't it all the guys together, that the javelina was like, one of the guys seen that when they were searching over there. I don't know if it was over by the Annie and Tommaso's house or wherever it was, but there was one.
They were all there, and the javelina was right in front of them in the woods.
Oh, okay.
It was 5 feet away or whatever, but they weren't really scarce. So they didn't run like crazy. Remember when they were sitting in the memorial eating the flowers and shit? They were just there chilling. They didn't care.
Pretty much.
Yeah, they're used to people.
Yeah. It usually, if you see them, it's the dogs. You know how they have dogs, that be them and the dogs having fights.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
There's a motion. Would like to know. I don't know. I don't know why, Bruce, but there's a motion, whatever. 2144 asked if you have a job.
What?
I don't know. Why?
Oh,
why?
somebody's asking if I have a job?
Yeah. Why? Why do you want to know? For what reason?
Yeah, for what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
know. See, that's what I mean. Like people like that just go around. That's why I didn't even see that. But there's times I just don't see stuff. I don't pay attention.
Yeah.
Because if it's not nothing, for
it's
one,
important. Yeah, absolutely.
Right, this isn't about what I do. This is about cases here.
Yeah, no.
Barney says, I will never forget when Google first came out. My daughter probably announced, Mom, I'm Google myself.
Yeah, they don't care. They were just walking everywhere. I mean, they move quick anyways, but yeah, they don't care. Like somebody just said, I think they are around a lot of people. So
April says, what daughter says her mom leaves doors, I'm going to say open in the middle of the desert, and that's why she got taken.
Bruce
that's a fact. I agree.
Bruce keeps his work private. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't even see anything. So
no, it's in my chat. So you.
It's in your chat. Oh, yeah. Okay. For one, I live in the Philippines, so my work is online. But I mean, that isn't what we're talking about.
Right.
No, don't worry about it. It's done. Yeah. So that's it. He don't disclose his work. No need for anybody to know, and that's all. But thank you for asking. Have a good day. And Devil Dog's lazy. Does nothing all day long except make his wife make him popcorn, bacon, pancakes, get milk, get me a drink.
This is what I tell everybody, okay? This is what I tell everybody. Ain't nobody work harder than Devil Dog. I tell you that right now.
Here we go.
I'm just telling you straight up fact, bro.
Bruce, did you bring your
let me put it this way.
Just show you this.
Let me put it this way.
I guess I have
never. Let me just put it this way. I have never, ever
worked a day in his life
that worked harder than myself. Now, I'm sure they're out there. I just ain't seen it.
You never will.
I'm talking about.
That's just fact, brother.
That's what I'm talking about.
Nobody.
For like that energy. I love that.
I am here,
That's me, y'all. I'm the same way. So I get it. Y'all, I get it. You're gonna turn me back to that soldier. Let me stop.
It's different. It's different.
I know, man. No, it's that different. Dog. It's that dog in you. You gotta have it in this alpha world that we live. You gotta have that dog in you, dog. Like you walk through the door, your presence, like you better be afraid. Like let me turn back down. Turn back down. Turn back down.
His presence, like let me turn back down.
I'm talking Pam, thank you for always supporting the channel. And Carolina girl, thank you. I don't know if I told you, but thank you so much. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody.
Yes, we do have a clear picture of Bart somewhere. I don't remember. Do you have that, or do I?
Bart. Doug's had to have a picture of Bart.
Huh?
I think they're all in the Discord. All the pictures.
Yeah,
I even sent you some new ones earlier. The ones of Katie that are out there, and
I think
the picture of the boat with the leg that's focused.
That's not Bart. That's Elizabeth.
Don't worry, I'm gonna ask some hard questions. I'm feeling everybody out. I got some hard questions.
I think I might have put him in the general chat.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. No, I'm reading some other stuff and just making sure I didn't miss.
You know, we do have a picture of him that he was on. Wasn't he on a boat?
Yeah.
I'm sure that's what it was.
Hello. Somebody said hello.
Hello.
Oh, in my
I don't know if we do, because then we would have been able to probably confirm if pool guy is actually Bart.
Didn't we have a picture of Bart in his football outfit?
There's Facebook pictures, but none from the day of. They're all pictures that were from previous.
Oh, right. That is correct. And
I've never seen a picture of Bart the day of.
No, I don't think we would, because he was.
Remember, because that's why I was led to believe that the hairy dude is Bart, because we hadn't seen a recent picture of him.
April, you do amazing. You do amazing for this channel. You got that right. Juicy, love the DD chat. Absolutely. We just keep it real, everybody. I'm just keeping it real, trying to give you what we know and not trying to make it any more than that.
It ain't much, but we know.
Well, you know, a little bit helps.
It's good. We know everything. We got it down. We have it down.
Bart's last name. What was his last name?
I don't.
Barney was What was Bart's last name?
I got it in my notes. Hold on.
I didn't see it in the.
No, they showed. We talked about his stupid last name.
Go get it, Bruce. DD and Chris, we need a raise. A raise? This is. I'm sorry, but this is DD's YouTube channel. He has to be the one to approve your raise. All raises go to the department.
I will give you a $20 raise on Doug and Chris's.
Whoa. We just
welcome in, POC. Welcome in.
I submitted my timesheets 4 weeks ago.
Edmonston, that's it. Edmonston. Thank you very much, Grayson. Appreciate that.
Yep. Too many notes.
April. You're good. We knew what you meant, Grayson. Thank you very much. So that's what we got for Nolan and going to Nancy. I mean, look, they're going back. I'm telling you, they're going back to the beginning. And when I say the beginning, I don't mean like literally from scratch. I mean, they're going to take their notes. They're going to read what they got, and then they're going to go and look and start seeing what they see. Because believe you me, if you stay too long in something, you then become the same thing you see is the same thing you regurgitate. Mm-hmm. But you let other people come in the flow, they start seeing things you just missed not because you weren't seeing it, just because it wasn't registered. Mm-hmm. It's always good to go back to the beginning of a scene, a crime scene or whatnot, and try to figure it out.
Yep. And let me just say hello to Pretty Little Clues, Rhythm. Pretty Little Clues, Rhythm.
Oh, just seen an answer there.
He always does, April.
I got a question for D. I got a question.
Hold on one second. Let me reply to what he just rudely said. I don't ignore them. Bite your tongue. All right,
working to the ball.
You.
Okay, we're ready. Here we go, DD.
Okay.
You're a cop. You're a local cop.
Yep.
The FBI come in, take all your camera footage, and all you got is the evidence at the house. Where do you go from here?
Okay, so they came into my house and took all the video cameras.
Like all the footage you have at the police station of the Nancy Guthrie case.
Right.
The FBI just came in and took all of the security camera footage in the area.
Right.
The only thing that you have now is the house. How would you move forward?
How would I move forward? Well, How would it move? That's interesting. They took all the videos, so you're not seeing the porch guy.
Mm-hmm.
You're not seeing anything on the back. You're not seeing. So how would I move forward?
The house is the house is number one now.
The house is number one. Side to side, and working in an not in a straight line. That's for damn sure.
But wouldn't it be still a missing person and not a crime because there's no video of anything?
Well, no, it'll still be a missing person until you talk to the RP. Yeah.
Well, all I'm saying is if there's no video, and even though the watch, and again, we don't know
the scene.
We don't know what the scene looked like because remember, the first time he said the scene was perfect, the house was immaculate. The second time he said it was messy.
I think he's talking about if you have no cameras, you don't know anything. How would you investigate the crime scene?
Yeah, still got blood. The crime scene still exact what Didi is going by. Because I don't want to change them facts in your head. Y'all got all the facts of the house. Y'all got all facts of a pacemaker. Y'all just no camera footage at all. Because this is what local police are working with.
You still
nothing.
Oh, sorry.
You're going back to old school.
This is where they're at, y'all.
I would say, what would I do? How would I investigate this? You know what?
Just take your time, Didi. Just take it. You don't have to. You got to think on this one.
Yeah, because that's how would I approach it? I know the information, but I have no cameras, nothing to see, nothing to go by. I get to and am I getting to the call, right? I'm arriving at the call?
Yes. First one there, but the camera footage, when you ask for it, the FBI tells you can't have it. Well, what about the flock camera? You can't have it. What about the neighbor's ring camera? You can't have it. And you know how the FBI comes in and sometimes bully y'all.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm gonna go with.
I got you now. Okay, so they take everything, they give you nothing. First of all, they're not gonna take nothing because it's my crime scene. First of all, okay, FBI can't just take anything over. That's why they didn't take over the case against Nancy Guthrie. First of all, but let's just say they did, because with the people in charge now, they can pretty much do whatever they want anymore. Okay, FBI is not the FBI used to be. But let's just say they did that. Let's say they took everything and said, we don't have anything, you ain't getting nothing. Okay, so what do I do? Well, I mean, I guess I would just, what would I do? I get there, I get to the call, cameras, everything's gone. I don't have nothing to go on. What would I do? Damn it, boy. That's a tough one.
Hey, take time. Get you a nice cigar. Like, get you a piece of paper and be like, you want to know what? Let me think of as a police. You know what I'm saying? Because only your mind can go there. We can't. We don't know. We don't know that. Only law enforcement know what's happening in that room when the FBI comes in and takes shit that they shouldn't take. Only the police knows this, y'all. I understand because I work with them and I know the FBI can walk in there and take anything they want.
Got you.
And a case. And a suspect.
Yeah, I mean, I guess technically they can. They can. If I mean, push comes to shove, they're always going to come out on top, irregardless. But so what would I think? Oh man, I'm thinking right now. Give me a second. Go ahead. Continue the conversation.
I'm fingerprinting the whole house, even though there's gloves, but I'm fingerprinting the whole house. I'm dusting it. I'm just going to take dust and throw it up in the air, let it go everywhere. I'm taking.
First of all, I'm going to know what kind of cameras. I'm going to see what they took. Like, I'm going to know they take the cameras, so I'm going to be asking myself, why would they take the cameras?
National security. Now you can't even ask me.
National security. Then at
you
that
can't
point,
even ask me. Can't even ask me.
Damn it,
now,
boy.
In the driveway, I'm taking molds of the tire tracks or pictures to match them up to tires, see what tires they were, because you can tell.
Why didn't they? No, Army vets thinking something more.
Oh, I know. I don't know. I'm too stupid. I don't know.
No, you just think of something simplex that is so obvious, and
agree.
yet we're not there.
I would look at all the evidence that they have at the house, eliminating the camera. You got blood at the front door. You have
Y'all
the ring
have it.
camera gone. Ring
Y'all
camera
have it.
gone. Back
Y'all
doors
got
are
everything.
open.
Y'all got everything in y'all head. Y'all know this case
is-
by the back of y'all hand.
That is
Yeah.
gun made.
Yep, true.
Be looking for hairs on the bed, hairs in possibly the drains, maybe dust the safe. Go to the security box system if there's a hard box in the utility closet.
They was probably
Check it.
testing DNA from the septic tank. You're
Check
right.
the
Keep going.
electrical
Keep
panel
going.
switch. See if that
They
went
did.
on and off.
They checked the back. They
And
checked
then
that
you have
box.
the phone and the pacemaker still too.
They
The
proved
phone and the Apple Watch.
You
they
know
proved
what,
that it was
I'm
a hack. And they proved that it was a hack that night. Everything y'all saying, y'all know this case like the back of y'all hand.
I'm gonna go speak to just the RP, which is A&T, because they're the only ones that got there first. And to me, they would have to explain everything as far as where they came in, what did they see. They're gonna be, if I had all the evidence and no cameras, they are going to be my number one persons of interest. Let's just say.
I mean, like we saw them. I'm going house to house, whether video or no video. I'm going house to house. I'm interviewing everybody. I'm talking to the church people. I'm talking to her friends. I want every info. I want everything. Now, when you say they took all the video, do you mean all the video just
Welcome
from the
in,
house,
Tarek. Welcome in.
or the neighborhood and the stores locally?
Good to see you, Oleg.
I want DD to operate on no camera footage, and the FBI took everything in the area. But
I know the case like I know it.
Yeah, he's trying to solve this case with that, and
Right.
he know the FBI is stalling him.
I'm
want
his
him to
partner,
get in that.
so I don't want to
Yeah.
hear about this. I'm helping. I'm helping. Damn it.
Would I be able to go to all the neighbors and the outer area and look at the internet modems and see if there's any tags on them that are similar on a trail?
No evidence outside of that
evidence.
house.
No electrical at all.
Imagine you were nanos,
Right?
but you wasn't stupid. Go for it.
I mean,
You know what
I
I'm saying?
know where you're going with this. I know what it must be like for them to trying to do this now with no anything. You know, the stuff in the house, the watch, the watch, her phone. I mean, her phone could give some details, but all that stuff to me means nothing because the watch is home. I mean, they can track that watch where it was a few hours ago, but is that gone too?
No, that's at the house. Anything
That's
at that house is yours. Anything at the house is outside the house, FBI.
Well, first
inside the house is yours.
Well, first I'm eating lunch.
DNA and everything, because he already put the DNA in public and nothing came back. I even give you that.
Right.
Well, I guess my first thing is I'm gonna basically, I guess at this point, those two RTs are going to. Well, the first thing I see what I see, I'm going to put up the crime tape all around the house because obviously there's blood at the front, there's the doors open, and there's a lady missing, and I got a son-in-law and a daughter telling me that their mother is not there. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to know right away that something's not right. I'm going to ask all the right questions because that's what I do. And then I'm going to go ahead and have somebody come. There's going to be other officers there that I'm going to call for. They're going to secure the area. They're going to secure it big time. And at that point, from that point, if I'm Nanos, I'm making the decision. But if I'm just the guy running the case, I'm gonna talk to right off the get-go to the RP, and I'm gonna separate them, and I'm gonna get what they know, and I'm gonna see if their story matches. That's the first thing you got to do because you got to make sure that there's no cooperation between both of them. And then probably now this is barring that the house has already been secured with crime scene tape all the way around, not just the house, but I'm talking the whole property damn line all the way down the streets. I'm probably going to look at if there's any. Well, you're saying all the digital's gone. Timestamps are gone.
You would have your body camera of.
I would have my body camera. I would just start. I would.
Of the first approach of the house. Yeah. Remember the first approach? Yeah.
First approach, yes. At first approach of the house, I'd be asking all the questions that I need to ask, making sure that I'm recording everything as I go. And then I'm gonna do everything. I'm gonna do everything that was done, with the exception that I'm not gonna have no camera. I'm not gonna have any digital forensics. You know? So
get out of my mouth, dog.
So I'm gonna do everything I normally would do. You know, once I know that we have a problem, when I put it together, we have a problem. I'm going to call the people that need to come out there, who are the detectives or whatnot, maybe even forensics because of the blood, have them come out and have them start looking for evidence, probably the first thing I'm going to do. Well, the FBI's already there, so. They just stalling me. That's all they're doing is stonewalling me. They're not letting me do my goddamn job.
There you go.
So
there you go.
What did he say? I missed it.
He got mad.
Yeah.
That was
I mean, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna say take the damn case. You dumbasses, you took everything. Honestly,
well, I'm calling. I mean, right. I mean, FBI. Hello,
if
I need your help.
They took all your stuff.
Where are you?
I know this is above my fucking echelon. This is above my level. That's for damn sure. So, yeah.
So the only thing you basically will have is, you know, in law enforcement, this is where they come in. I don't know this part, but when y'all first do an entrance to the house, the video camera and
you're going to clear the house and all that stuff. But you're saying that.
But yeah, you'll know the scene. You'll know how everything is on your video camera,
right?
On the police's. Why haven't they released that?
No, that's a good point. That's a good point. And I'll tell you why they haven't released it. Possibly because none of them even thought about that, because it took me for you to tell me. But you're right. If you know what though, Army vet, the problem is that in today's law enforcement, I don't think anybody takes their video, because that would be smart to do, to take your camcorder off your car and just take it with you.
They had body cams. They had body cams.
Well, they do, but they only have them for so long a distance. You know, a normal body cam is only going to register when you stop somebody for that close proximity. You start going behind a house from the cars on the other side, you're probably going to lose signal. You know what I'm saying? You're probably going to lose signal. So, but if you you could pop that cam right off the car, just like those old time DVD players in your hand. You know, the small ones, compact. You could take that with you if you wanted to do that. Most of the time, honestly, you're not going to do that because you don't know what the hell's out there. You don't know what you're even dealing with until the reporting party's telling you what they have. And then if you don't have anything to go on other than the blood, you're going to call the people who you're supposed to call, which is whatever your policy and procedures tell you, which is, you know, if it's the detectives, if it's the sheriff, if it's whoever's at command, you're going to call them and they're going to come out. I'm in a small town police department. If I'm in a small town police department, guess who's coming to assist me? The sheriff is, because he has more power than I do. You know, he covers the whole county. He doesn't just cover me. You know, but if I'm working in the sheriff's department, maybe the sheriff's gonna say, I'm gonna call my politicians. You know, I'm gonna call people who are above, not above the fray, but I'm gonna call people who have more experience and connections than I do. I guess is the best way to put it.
Would the DA be more powerful than the sheriff, because that person was on scene also? Does that mean anything?
So the DA, well,
not to him, no.
The DA has power. They do have power. They do carry. The DA does carry if they want. The district attorney, they do carry. Are they gonna? Is she gonna have more power? She may know people more at the top than you do, so she's gonna know. Like, hey, let's call. In this case, let's call Kelly, or let's call, somebody at the above level and see what the heck we can do. But
anybody know when the DA showed up at the house? And as a police officer, why would you call the DA to come to a crime scene?
You wouldn't call them. That's not an officer's. That's not an officer's discretion. That'd be the chief or the sheriff.
There you go. Why? See what I'm saying? You see the question. And when was she called?
Right.
Called? Why would a cop call the DA to a crime scene?
When they're not getting any assistance, they're not getting any help. They're being stonewalled. If they're being stonewalled, they're going to have to go to somebody, and the only person above them is that when I say above them that can make it happen would be them,
right?
Because of legality issues. So I could see that. Yeah.
But I don't know the time period, y'all, of when the DA showed up or when the DA was called. Who called?
Well, they
DA?
did say there was how many days had gone by when they came out there. They did come out there.
I think it was longer than that. I think it was a couple, 2-3 weeks. Maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks before they came back. Because maybe 2 weeks, and then they just showed up one day, and everybody got so excited, like, oh my god, who's this? The FBI or whatever, higher ups or whatever, and it ended up being the district attorney and 2 of her helpers or whatever.
Oh yeah, I know. I believe me. I know when he called, and y'all need to get the phone records of after the senator got off the phone. He called Pima County. He called 2 people. Y'all think he called 1. He called 2. He called the sheriff and the other person. Who's the other sheriff? Yeah, he called both of them. Y'all just looking at that. He called that other person too.
Mm-hmm. We don't doubt it.
You see, he shut up. You don't even know his name.
He had a scheduled retirement, and he retired on schedule.
Tucson. Thank you, UK. Yeah.
The Tucson police chief.
But he didn't even do anything, right?
You don't know that.
No.
That we know of.
He made a call for a reason. He could have picked up the phone and called the governor, the mayor. He called 2 people. I'm not discounting who he called and why he called them. I'm just saying he could have called the mayor and he could have called the governor. This dude called the sheriff.
Because he's probably in his pocket too.
Oh, you definitely puppet all day long.
But my question is what does the Tucson police chief have to do with Pima County? Because he can't do anything there. And as far as I heard or whatever, they didn't even like each other.
He may not have known the jurisdiction, whether it was going to be Tucson police or Pima County sheriff.
Why do you think he reached out to him?
He knew. He knew.
I think he went to the sheriffs because they're the first ground of offense. They're the ones conducting the investigation. And then they turn their investigation over to the DA, who says whether they have built a good enough case or not to bring it to court. So he went for the first.
Let me before anybody start any of this. He has 5 assistants with him at all times that do research for him. He don't have to speculate. You think he's typing this up and asking questions? His assistants.
Yeah, of course.
Understand? So he don't have to speculate on nothing. The people that he asks the information to will give him the answers to talk to them about. So whatever information he knows, he didn't have to speculate. He knew. We just don't know the conversation. He knew what's going on. He know what's going on. he specifically called 2 individuals. He did not call the governor and the mayor.
Right.
That
And those
means
would have been
something.
the 2 people to call.
I'll give Didi, if the Senate intelligence call you on a private phone call, that case is important all of a sudden, isn't it?
Hell yeah.
He'll mute. Oh,
You're
doing some
you're
research.
muted, Didi.
He's doing Didi on research mode.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
If you are sitting in your office and then you get a private intelligence hold, please, Senator from United States Senate Intelligence will be on the phone with you within 10 seconds. Please hold, please. And he talked to you about this case. Is that case important all of a sudden?
Well, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
And your full information is going, and remember, he called him first. So he knew this case was important from day one.
Jump. Right. Yeah, I mean, of course it'd be important.
And
but you would think that if it was that important, that individual himself is already going to know what the hell's going on anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's that important, they're going to reach out to the person in charge who's going to probably be in their way and say, we're going to be coming and doing X, Y, and Z. And
there you go.
Just stand by to stand by. We'll let you know as we go.
And then that said person come directly to your office.
Yeah, well, in that case, if somebody comes to my office like that, and I've been a chief before, but if somebody comes to my office, man, I'm going to make sure I have somebody there as a witness to what the hell's going on.
Yeah, I need to record this.
I'm going to make sure I have this thing documented, because I'm not going to be the scapegoat. I'm not going to be the guy they're gonna make the lackey out of. So I'm going to make sure somehow, way, shape, or form this is being heard by either more than one, or it really just depends. I mean, these are scenarios that the only time you're going to do that is when your gut feeling is telling you something's not right. Yep. Why are they coming to me? Why are they asking me? It's just a kidnapping for ransom. Okay, obviously it's not, because people at the top are getting a hold of it. So then my next thing is I'm probably going to get a hold of my local judge and find out, hey, I don't know what the hell's going on here, but this is what's happening. The well-known judge in that county, and see what he thinks we ought to do. Because you got to understand, they all work together. They all work together. This is a networking thing. So, your DA, your judge, your prosecutor, they all work together. It's not really like all independent. They do shake each other's hand, if you will. But yeah, I mean, if that happens to me, I'm going to make sure somehow this is getting recorded, or somehow I'm letting somebody else be my assistant chief or something come in with me and hear what's got to be said. But if I know it's going to that far length, I know it's a little bit more than, it's not a little bit, it's a lot more serious than what's on the level playing field.
Breaking news, y'all. Right from law enforcement.
Yeah.
Right from law enforcement.
That's what it is, because no one ever does that.
Simple question.
And when it does it, it's going to be an outside the box situation. So that when the right anytime you get something that's outside that box, man, if one thing you know is you better cover your ass, because you don't know what the angle is, you don't know what your role is going to be, whether you're the fall guy or you have no clue. So you just know somebody of importance is rocking your world, and you better make sure you're on your game. Yeah, I mean, that's all I can tell you.
And Doug, didn't you say some other sheriff or his counterpart is retiring? That's all y'all need to know, y'all.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought that's the guy he called was the one that retired, but Rhythm is saying that Monica Prito became the Tucson police chief January 1st, 2026, which would have made her the chief before Nancy went missing. So did he call Monica Prito or did he call the former?
It's only one person it's only one person that no, he called both of them. But I get what you're saying. But it's only
So
one
he called
person.
3 people.
I know he called both of them because it's on the Senate intelligence call log. So I know who he called. I even know how long the conversation was. All of this is on the Senate intelligence logs. But it's what Didi is saying. If he get a call from the senator about what the first thing that they knew this was the lady just walked away, he knows bullshit. He knows like, oh yeah, this bullshit. He know off top. Because you don't do this. You don't do this. And that's how I said, oh, this is something else. Because you don't ask any. That's why I ask law enforcement if they get these calls what this shit means. It means something over my head is happening.
Yeah, for sure.
Go there and get ready to do what you're told.
Yep.
Could them reasons be the reason that Nanos withheld information from the FBI and he was supposed to report directly to MK? Could that happen? Something like that?
I think it's a blame game. I think it's what Didi's saying. This ain't my fault. And the FBI is saying it is your fault. And Nanos is saying it's the FBI's fault. And back and forth. They don't want to take the blame for this. They don't want to take the blame. Not this.
And the FBI isn't going to take the blame.
Although Cash Patel is known to step on himself quite frequently.
I was just gonna say that Blinky has fucked up some shit in the last 2 years, y'all.
Yeah. And they're waiting for a reason just to throw him under the bus.
Y'all, he is screwed up.
You think he can't see straight now?
Man,
you think he can't see straight now? He ain't gonna be able to see straight.
These two, y'all. This is a race for last place. Them two. Man.
Yes, you're right. God. You're definitely right.
I'm telling you. A lab is them two.
That is interesting. Yeah, no, it does. These scenarios sometimes, man, they're just like so out there that you don't deal with them, so you never think of those. But at the end of the day, if I'm getting a call, man, I'm making a call to because I know something's may come my way, and like I said, I'm not the puppet. I'm not going to be the puppet. I'll be the puppet master, but I ain't going to be the puppet.
And law enforcement, no, y'all. That's what I'm saying. This is a thing. You got to go into their world when FBI secretly try to crush cases or take cases, or this happens in real life that law enforcement and FBI bump heads a lot. It happens more than y'all think. It happens
all the time, man.
Yep.
Happens all the time.
So don't be thinking this is secret, y'all. This any New York, California, Louisiana, Atlanta, any major city with major crimes, they always bump head. Always. On information and intel. I need this subject. I need that dude in jail. That's mine. I got him for this. Well, I need him for this. Bumping heads.
Well, I've said this before at the beginning of doing all from the beginning when I started doing this, and that's exactly what you're saying as far as sheriffs, especially sheriffs, chiefs as well, but mainly sheriffs and FBI always have had this issue. You got on one hand, you got the sheriffs that's the oldest law enforcement in the country, of what we know as to be law enforcement. They're like the most longest entity. They have power. Make no mistake. They do have power. Do they outrank or outdo the FBI? Well, no, but there's certain things that they do have a say-so on.
Yep.
And that's just a fact. And I have seen it personally with when I worked as a chief, and I had my local sheriffs. You know, you kind of have that the communication, and I have known sheriffs that have bump heads with the FBI because they just don't like them around. They don't like them around because they know that they keep secrets, and they don't like that.
Yep.
You know, because I'm telling you, if you have been a sheriff, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, if you have been a sheriff for more than 25 years and you could have retired at 20 and you're there 25 years, after that, I'm sorry, but in my opinion, you're bought and paid for. You are bought and paid for. And I mean that literally. Like, in other words, you're not going to call the balls and strikes. You're going to call whatever you think you want to call a ball and a strike. And that happens all over the country. Literally. So the idea that the sheriffs and FBI bump heads all the time. There's a power struggle. And even though the sheriff knows that the FBI has more weight, no one, if you're a sheriff, you don't want anybody to ever think, or you can't accept the fact that there is somebody that has a little bit more say-so than you. And that's just a fact. I've seen it. I've seen it. So, yeah, this has been happening a lot. We just don't really hear about it because when it's cases like a mother of for better lack of words, a famous daughter who works in the public eye as one of these broadcasting channels, you know, it's not just a mother, it's a mother whose daughter works at a high profile position, you know, and then who she's married to, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, if he has any weight, which he does. So yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. But you're right. You are right, Army Vet. They go into this all the time.
Mm-hmm. I've seen it. And y'all, okay, go to a federal park and ask the sheriff in that jurisdiction. Oh, that's a fight, y'all. That jurisdiction. Oh my goodness. Okay, go. Same thing, y'all. I'm telling
you. Yeah. Hey, that's my case. No, well, it happened here. Yeah, but no, dude. I've seen it. I've seen it. Yep. I've seen it. I'll just leave it at that. I've seen it, and it is what it is. And you either gonna, once again, it comes back to you gotta fight. You can't fight every battle. You gotta pick and choose your battle.
Yeah. You
gotta pick and choose your battle. Literally.
I've seen it. Someone allegedly, this is a story that happened on the southern border. Allegedly, we finna go into the world of make believe. This ain't true. Allegedly,
okay.
That you found a smuggler on the border, but he was already escaped prisoner, but the FBI wanted him, but he was in local lockup. Local didn't want it. Local wanted this case, but FBI wanted it, and they were acting a fool. So, power, y'all. Who can solve it, and will it make somebody's career?
Absolutely. It's all that's the whole point. And
yep.
Guess what? It's going to be the FBI who's going to get it. If they want that guy, they're going to get that guy. They'll go to whatever extremes because you know what? They know more people than you know.
Yep.
And that's how it works in unfortunately in law enforcement.
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Yeah, you're right.
Once again, when they take all the camera footage, you just put law enforcement hands behind their back.
Yeah.
What he just said. He got front like, oh shit, now you in my way. Yeah, he handcuffed him. He handcuffed local police.
Yeah. And I mean, and it doesn't help that the one that they pretty much did this to is a numbnuts himself.
Yep.
So he let them do it so easily. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get from what you see now, because y'all leading back to the porch guy. Something happened that night. The FBI do not want y'all to see.
Yeah. No, they're definitely holding something back. That's no doubt. They're holding something back. But what we do is we tell the story as we know it. And they only tell us what they want us to tell as a story. Make sense?
Perfect.
They only tell us they only give us what they want to be out there. They don't tell you everything, only what they will allow to be out there. And so when you go out there and you're giving that narrative, it's only because that's just what they want you to say. Literally. You can say it, all these different ways, but the bottom line is you're only saying the same thing that they want you to say.
Now everybody use your analytical thinking. The reason why they don't want us discussing this case is what me and Devil Dog just did. We just showed y'all a picture that intelligence and local police sheriff, that something is happening. And if you put both of us, we are cracking their lies faster than they can create them. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We are solving stuff that they're feeding us. Usually it will take news agencies, y'all, 2 and 3 weeks and 3 months to verify. We are solving this shit in a stream. They can't keep up. They can't keep up. They cannot keep up.
Don't be surprised if there is, as I have said before, the violation of certain rights. Don't be surprised if nothing ever happens to that sheriff. Because if that's all within the plan, nothing may happen to him. They'll just make it go away like they can. It's whatever they want to be. The narrative is what the narrative is. It's whatever they want it to be. It's right now, we just go with what we got because that's all we got, and that's all you can go with. And yet, the reality is there's a lot more out there.
What?
Mm-hmm.
There's not just 2 still pictures that they gave us.
Nope. Yeah, that was perfect.
Yeah. That is very true. Very true. I agree with that 100%.
Now, imagine what we just said, Devil Dog, with Nanos getting interviewed by me and you, knowing that what we know and this don't normally happen. You ain't escaping our conversation.
Well, that's why he's having conversations with 16-year-olds and 17-year-olds.
You ain't escaping us. He been in that position, and I'm with him, and I'm gonna ask the questions to get Didi thinking, and he gonna be like, "Well, bring it down a level. Well, what about this?" You can't lie to y'all. This does not happen.
What's that saying? You can't bullshit the bullshitter.
Yeah. And the more Americans get together with our different educations, and Nancy did that. Nancy put me and Didi on panels, and Chris and Doug. Made it a problem. We're a problem.
No, Carol, we're not saying that it's the FBI's fault. We're just saying that the FBI dictates how everything falls out, how all information comes out, and they will dictate if it's a big case like this, they will let you know only what they want you to know. That's all we're saying.
And I'll be more specific, allegedly. Either they know what happened that night, or they were blinded security-wise, and there's no camera footage of any of this. And everything you're seeing is coming from them.
Yeah,
it's either one or the two.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
It ain't no speculation in the middle no more.
No. Because if they don't have it, I can assure you, the sheriffs don't have it.
Yep.
And if the sheriff doesn't have it, it's because they have it. I mean, this is definitely one of those. And you're right, like you said earlier. This is a feather in the cap of somebody.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This is a feather in the cap.
Or what you saying? I'm finna pin this on you. No, you
Okay.
not. Yes, you are. No, you.
Yeah.
Somebody
absolutely.
dance. It seems like Nanos is dancing right now. It seems like the target is directly on his buttocks. Directly.
He is the fall guy.
No doubt. Ain't no fucking doubt.
The FBI, just like if this was let's just say it was a notch above that and it was like a CIA type of deal. The FBI wouldn't be able to touch anything if they had something going on. It's above their pay grade. There's always a pay grade above somebody, and then you'll come up to some point where you won't even know who that somebody is.
Yep.
And that's just how it works. But yeah, I agree. If the FBI got caught off guard, well, they're going to give you only what they want you to have, and that's why everybody's stuck because we don't have anything.
Okay, I even be even more specific to go ahead, Chris, and to just watch Doug's face when I say this. On top of the senator calling you, DD, and you the man.
Yeah.
What would happen if the FBI director called you the next day?
Hi, this is Cash Patel.
I'll
leave my badge and gun on the table.
You know what I'm going to say? This is what I'm going to say. We know what we know, but we don't know what you know. Because we need to know what you know so we know what we know.
Right. This is true.
You
know what I would say?
That's crazy.
The first thing I would say to Cash if he called and said, "Hi, this is Cash Patel calling." I'm like, "Are you related to Chris Nanos?" That's what I'm saying.
You know what I would say? Honestly,
that's crazy.
I would probably tell him. I would probably say to Cash Patel, if he said that to me, I would say, "Beep." I would go on the phone and go, "Are you looking at me?
Right.
Who are you looking at?
Where's these cameras?
Got that cross-eyed. Who are you looking at?"
But yeah, imagine now all these cases is just a woman wandering out into the wilderness. He got a call from the senator and an FBI director.
I know that's a problem. But hey, listen, I got to check out. I got to go to work.
Okay, my brother.
Yeah, I got to go to work. Are we on for 9?
Absolutely, 9. Yes.
Yeah, I just want to run it by you. We're gonna go over Sue Ellen, the lady that wrote to me, real quick.
All right, good.
I'll present everything to you guys in the morning. There's not a whole lot to go off of, but we're gonna see what we can do.
Got it.
And we'll go from there. So
sounds good, my friend.
Talk to you guys at 9 a.m. Peace out, everybody. Love you in the chat.
Man, thank you for being here.
Everybody.
Semper Fi, my brother.
Semper Fi. Have a good one, my man.
You got it.
See you guys.
But no, that's very true. I cannot believe that this long and we don't have any person of interest. I mean, truly, they have it. We just don't have it. And if they don't have it, we're really screwed. You know what I'm saying?
Now I'm finna get Doug. So, Doug, in your opinion, from what Dee just told you, why do you think media haven't reported on what me and him just talked about, which would make sense? Why do you think the media has reported on a simple conversation between a senator and an FBI director to a regular sheriff?
I think that conversation would be above the media's head and the sheriff's head, wouldn't it?
This don't happen, y'all. This never happens.
Does it? Nope. That's why it's such a rare anomaly.
This don't happen, y'all. You can search. Go ahead and search. When has a senator selling? Y'all never heard it. This never.
Imagine how Savannah's feeling right now. Looking at it from a family point of view, you got those the sheriff's office who probably said, yeah, we'll get this solved under our investigation. And they botched the whole investigation. And the FBI is like, yeah, we got your back. But then they get a ransom and they decide not to pay. They're responsible for that decision. So now she's got the sheriff's to blame, the FBI to blame. And I called you, Mark Kelly, and you offered no special help. Like, where's my mom? Like, so now you got all these people that just failed you, and that's why she's showing so much frustration, I think, in her last video. I think she's super frustrated at the entire investigation, and everybody botched everything.
Yeah. I mean, in that world, though, what me and Dee was talking about, she's a peanut in that world when it comes to, like, she's an afterthought, y'all. He's worrying about the FBI and what the FBI is withholding. The FBI is worrying about what he's leaking. The senator got to deal with both of them. Nobody's thinking about her in that situation. She the last thing on their mind. It's a power struggle going on, an information struggle. Like, I see how y'all looking at it as civilians, but get inside Dee world of being in that cop. That's a different world than what they dealing with. If they don't have any camera footage, oh, he knows something is up, but he can't say nothing to prove anything.
Nope.
You know how frustrated you see Dee was getting pissed off. You know how frustrating that is. You know how for law enforcement that is, man.
It's horrible, man. It's horrible.
Yep.
It's horrible when you're trying to do something and you're being held back, and yet you kind of got an idea of where it's coming from, but there's not a damn thing you can do about it. That's the horrible part about it.
So, Doug, you're right. That's the frustration on Savannah's face. What exactly? To the T. What you gonna do?
All right, everybody. We're gonna go ahead and end this, man, because I've got to recuperate after this conversation.
Everyone, yeah, Doug. Thank you. I put something into your head.
Thank you. You very much well did, and you did open my eyes on a lot of things. I appreciate that. Absolutely,
no problem.
Doug, same thing to you. Appreciate you.
Same thing. Later, Devil Dog. Later, Devil Pups. Till the next time. And
9:00 a.m. God bless everybody. Now, chat. Just want to let you know, I appreciate all of you guys. Everything you guys do. Sorry once again. You know, you guys know how it is when you have panels. Sometimes things don't always get answered, and I just want to say apologize to you all, but I try to do the best I can to give you guys to know that, you know, you guys matter. So just want to give you that. For example, no one knew she wore until Savannah. That's exactly right, April. Exactly. I miss good night to Chris. Got a call from only smarties have the answers. That is funny. Well said, Rhythm and Clues. Good night, dog, says Marianne. Appreciate everyone. Thank you so much. We'll be back tomorrow. There's a new case that we're going to be discussing, and this person actually reached out to Chris because I guess it's from his neck of the woods. Reached out to Chris and wants him to look into this case that she's reached out to him on. So we're going to take a deep dive, but we're going to talk about it. He's going to give you the information, and we're going to be covering it and see what this goes. But this is actually a real case, not that the other ones aren't, but this is like a real time, like somebody actually called and said, hey, can you give me some help? So it ought to be very interesting. I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know what it's going to lead to, but I can tell you we're going to cover it. So we'll start this out at 9:00 tomorrow, and just want to tell you all once again, thank you so much for everything you guys bring to the table. L says, Dee, don't worry. We understand. Continue prayers for you and your family. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, L. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know where they came from. Laughing a lot. Autocorrect. How did Savannah know? Yeah, that's a good point, Annie. That's a very good point. How did Savannah know? That's a very good point. My guess, I don't know. I can't even guess that one because how would she have known? That's a very good point. Somebody had to talk to her. I don't know who, but somebody had to talk to her. All right, everybody. God bless you. Thank you so much. See you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. It's all common sense, folks. It really is. Sometimes, though, it's a little difficult to process, but it is all common sense. With that, simplify, everybody. God bless you. See you guys tomorrow.